We are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let me get some stuff fixed here. Welcome to the stream, ninjas. We are live. We are live on all platforms. As you guys know, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Party, YouTube, the worst platform. YouTube, even we're live on that piece of shit platform. For all you guys that are watching on YouTube, know that you guys can go ahead and I made a new link for you guys. Okay, MyronGoesOff.com works now and is going to take you guys to Streamlabs. Okay, so it'll be a lot easier to get involved in the shows. If you guys want to go ahead and get involved in the show, go MyronGoesOff.com, or you could go hit streamlabs.com/MGXstudio, right? And you could donate on there, take many different payment things. But yeah, if you guys want to super chat on the show, if you're watching on YouTube, that is the best way to get involved in the show by far. So I tried to test it myself, but I can't test it, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. It won't let you donate to yourself. So yeah, if someone wants to go ahead and test it out, MyronGoesOff.com, or I got a pin at the top of the chat on YouTube. Feel free to go through there if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Rumble, you can just donate on Rumble Rants. OSS, you guys already know you guys could donate on OSS. And yeah. So yeah, we didn't stream yesterday, man, because as you guys know, we are starting to go hard in the paint. We're doing Fresh and Fit consistently. Tomorrow we got Money Monday. We got Roger coming in the house. Probably going to do, we're going to probably do it at like 8 p.m. is what I'm thinking. Matter of fact, let me, 8 or 9 p.m. In a mess. He's probably asleep right now, to be honest with you. We're going to cover real estate. But I'll figure that out, get you guys a time. Let me read some of these chats. Kate says, hey, bro, did you see this guy had over 100 human remains, a corpse in his house, and 8 bodies in a storage unit? No, I did not hear about that. Who is this guy? Interesting. Send me a link for it. I'll take a look. Cage. I did not hear about that. What's up, bro? Hope you've been well. Thank you very much, guys. Cletus Van Dam says, hey, Myron, did you see the debate between Pearl and Anna Kasparian? If so, what is your take on it? No, I didn't see it. Is it up right now? I did not see it. Top Age book is up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're on YouTube. I forget that they're bitches. Meta says, I don't mean to go off topic, but in light of the protests in Iran, do you know why the Shah of Iran, Pahlavi, was hated during his rule and led to the 1979 revolution? His son is positioning himself to return to Iran to lead a transitional government should the regime fall. Yeah, I did see. He did an interview on Fox News. I was listening to it earlier, actually. Yeah, bro. I mean, look. It's 100% a U.S./Mossad op, right? And I could go ahead and show some of the interview. Like the guy got fucking kicked out. And he's trying so hard to get back into power. And it's like, bruh, nigga, nobody wants you around. But I got the interview right here for you guys. I was listening to it earlier on Fox News. Hey, Martin, when Andrew interested coming, we know they're there. I don't know when, to be honest with you. I don't know when. 1 million midgets. You still got the book out. Yep, got that. Fun fact, the real ninjas almost assassinated Churchill in World War II, both stopped by MI5 agent Lord Victor Rothschild. You think they would have helped if he wasn't one of them? Probably not. Hill Fear. Hey, bro, I've been losing weight for some time with cardio and light boxing. Should I start lifting as well? You definitely should. Mara, we need a date ASAP for the OSS 300 meetup. We need time to get off for us normies. Please, I'm coordinating for a shared Airbnb. When we get there, we need a date, please. I will talk to Brett about that to find a date. I'll tell him right now. I'll message him right now. And we're going to do another Zoom call soon as well. Probably, I'm thinking next Monday or something. Or Sunday. Greetings and sendings you blessings. Thank you. Cage says, here's the link, Myron. All right, let me look at this. Bro is like a modern day fucking crazy serial killer, if that's the case. Also, guys, real quick, I also got a new TikTok that I want you guys to give a follow to. More human remains discovered. Corpses found hanging from ceiling. Okay, we'll look at that. We'll take a quick look at this. Guys, sorry, I'm sweating. I literally worked out right before this. Guys, got a new TikTok. This is it right here. Okay, we officially got a new TikTok, ninjas. Okay, here it is. TikTok.com/FredReactsX is the account. Give it a follow. Okay, give it a follow for me, guys. We are going to be posting on there all day. We're going to be cooking. Okay, so give it a follow. FredReactsX is the TikTok account, ninjas. I think I have another potential TikTok account, but I don't know if it's, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. But that's a whole other conversation. Let's see here. All right, cool. All right, let's get back to what we were doing before. All right, so this is apparently this is some crazy shit going on 2 days ago.
Details in that gruesome case where a man was arrested and charged with burglarizing graves and storing remains in his home and storage unit. Chris O'Connell, you've been following this story since it broke. What are police saying?
Well, Jason, police think that Jonathan Gerlach was selling at least some of those human remains online. Investigators...
Wait, what? Bruh. Incredible. Hale says, I see you drinking a lot of caffeine drinks. Me as well. Just worried it's bad for the health. Well, here's the thing, bro. I don't drink that much. And, you know, I go to the gym, train. I'm not a fat piece of shit. Fort Henry Ford, Netanyahu put under a little bit of pressure. Okay. Are you seeing that what they're doing in Patagonia seems familiar, more noticing?
Say he had collected a trove of human skulls, skeletons, and bones,
There's a huge
including full
today.
corpses hanging from his basement ceiling.
I never thought I would see this in my life. It was an experience that you really don't want to relive.
The Yaden police chief says he's seen a lot in his career, but nothing like what he saw when he walked into the home of accused grave robber Jonathan Gerlach. He was one of the first inside of Gerlach's Ephrata home when they discovered more than 100 human remains of...
Hey, shout out to Water Rooster with the first donation. Thank you, sir. Welcome. Appreciate you for also testing out the goddamn thing as well. Let me see here. Okay, I'm making 6 figures leveraging AI to create adverts for brands and businesses. My personal account has 80 million views in a week. We'd love to come on a Money Monday show and talk about it to help others. Talk to Fresh, bro. Fresh handles that stuff. And if you don't have a platform, we'll probably have to charge you. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But if you want to pay the fee, right? There's a possibility there. So yeah. Okay, that chat. How does that look? That doesn't look too bad, right? Hold on, let me move this a little bit so you guys can fully see it. Thank you, man, for sending in that chat so I can gives me the ability to like really make sure. Boom. This shit comes out good so people can see what's going on. Okay. Trying to make the show as interactive as possible, as you guys know. One of the few streamers where, you know, you guys could go ahead and get involved in the show, ask questions, give your commentary, etc. You know what I'm saying? So always trying to make the show better for you guys and more interactive. Because I've noticed that like that's when it's most fun, dude. That's definitely when it's most fun. So that's what it's about, making the show as good as possible. Dominicano hits a test. Thank you so much, Dominicano. Appreciate that, my friend. Make that a bit bigger. Bring it down here. Perfect. Thank you, Dominicano, for that. You are the man. Speaking of which, speaking of Midwest, I will be in Michigan this Thursday. I will be there, guys, for the I will be there to do debates at University of Michigan. Guys, I might go to Minneapolis. I don't know. I'm debating whether I should go to Minneapolis or not. I'm honestly thinking about it. I kind of want to go. Not gonna lie, kind of want to go because I want to get involved and maybe do some debate tables over there. Okay. But we will see what happens. We will see what happens, but I'm seriously contemplating it. But yeah, we will see. I'd have to get security and shit because them niggas are going crazy. But I might set up a debate table. ICE did nothing wrong in Minneapolis. How crazy would that be? Who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's see here. Let me read some more of these chats before they pile up. Known Billy, are you seeing that they're doing in Patagonia? I did see that. Myron, it would be great if you interviewed ex-DEA agent Hector Burles. His documentary Last Narc is on Netflix. Real Frank Castle says they got a J on there stating she has dual citizenship with Israel and is only there because of the benefits her and her family get. Well, you already know they're not going to talk about that shit on that show. You already, bro, like, nigga, you know, you already know they're not going to talk about that topic on that show, dude. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So, Hammer, I can assume all OG merch is gone like Cookie Monster legit was crashing out at work when the Nike MJX store was down. Yeah, we're going to bring it back up. Let me ask Brett. We just have to make a separate store. Right now we're getting the Fresh Fit store up, man. For you guys as well. Which they're asking me all this fucking bullshit on Shopify. Bro, they're so fucking stupid, dude. Asking all these fucking dumbass documents. Fucking retarded. I think they want an ID picture. I'm going to give it to Brett real quick for you guys. Give me 1 sec. Give Brett this shit, bro. These niggas are, yo. Fucking dickheads, man. Shit is so fucking retarded. All right. But yeah, dude, you already know they're not going to talk about that topic on that show. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Don't even bother. They're not going to read your chat if you say anything about it either. It's Leo King. Hey, Myron, did you hear about the Israel settlers started the devastating blaze of Patagonia? I did hear about that. Hey, Myron, do you plan on coming to a college campus or any events anytime soon? Yep, just said that. University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, Thursday. I will be there at 12 o'clock. Wednesday collab, did you see what he said about Mr. Beast? He always says things before anyone. I've been talking about that show, Mr. Beast, for a long time too, bro. Well over a year. Mr. Beast is a weirdo. I actually just ran into Steve earlier today. Shout out to Steve, we'll do it. I literally ran into him like an hour and a half ago, before I came on live. He said thanks for showing love. Yeah, bro, Mr. Beast is a fucking weirdo. But yeah, I don't know when the collab is. I think Fresh is doing the coordinating. So, we'll see what happens. Regarding the clip I just sent, his body language is defensive. He keeps looking down. The gentleman beside the lady interviewer is staring a loser beam through him. Wait, what? What body language? Oh, are you talking about Benjamin Netanyahu? Board Henry Ford? Okay, I see what you're saying. Myron, can you cover the shooting between the teens that happened in, say, New Jersey? Didn't hear about that. If I'm going to do PBD book challenge on reading subjects for 2 years, such as human nature, sales, negotiation, and money, then what order should I start reading them? I don't know, Speedy. Ask him. That's not my suggestion, man. You got to ask him, bro. You got to go to the source. Stink Guy says, oh, my fear, I wanted to pick your brain on the Iran and Venezuela situations. What if Trump is trying to permanently secure the dollar as a reserve currency? He would do this by having Venezuela oil and Iran's oil, have the exiled leader Shah's son take over Iran and be an ally of Trump in Israel. He then could have the Saudis come to the table and have them do all their oil sales 100% by our dollar and not 50% of their sales. Like you have told us, having Iran's oil would help out the U.S. Yes, but that would require a regime change. Allie's Bubble, which is, do we really want to do that? Allie's Bubbles gifted 1 subscription. Appreciate you. Lastly, the gem guy, Andrew and Tristan are reminding me, are we getting an OG FNF episode? Again, like I said, Fresh is going to try to coordinate that for you guys. But like I said before, bro, I ask people to come on the show, man. If they don't come on, then there's not really much I can do, you know? So I reach out to the people for y'all. They don't want to come on. It is what it is, man. We'll try, you know, but I don't want you guys to get your hopes up. Abdul, hey, Myron, it would be great on the debrief for FNF if you could talk with Sam Hamedi, our journalist and political analyst, geopolitical risk consultant known for his commentary on Middle Eastern affairs. Don't know who that guy is. Wait until things calm down before going to Minnesota. Well, right now is the best time to go. What do you mean, bro? Going to Minneapolis would be epic with debate tables, extra security for sure. Yeah, it would be nuts. It would absolutely be nuts. It would absolutely be nuts. Okay, let's finish watching this crazy fuck right here.
Of people who have died decades, even centuries ago. Investigators and medical.
So this guy's a fucking grave robber? That's nuts.
Examiners were back at the property today. They say 8 more bodies were found at a nearby storage locker.
They were basically on display. There was some stuff in boxes, but most of the stuff was on display.
According to newly released affidavits, police say Gerlach used crowbars and screwdrivers to break into dozens of mausoleums and underground burial vaults on both the Yeadon and Philadelphia sides of the historic Mount Moriah Cemetery. You can actually see where some of the stones were moved and vaults burglarized. 2
I'll be right back.
corpses stolen from this grave, 7 sets of remains stolen from this family plot. All of the remains were from those who died many years ago, but some as young as infants. Descendants of family members buried here are sickened.
It's yucky. I mean, anybody finding out, we think that, you know, we're going to rest in peace and be okay there. And I mean, it's their landing space of their body, not their soul. So there's peace in that.
Neighbors at Gerlach's Ephrata home started to get suspicious when they started noticing flies around the window.
It was more than 5. It was at least 20, 30 on each window. I figured it was a garage that they were getting in through somewhere and they couldn't get out, and now finding out that there was all those remains in there, it makes sense.
Investigators are trying to figure out if other cemeteries were hit. In December, a tip came into police about a grave robber in Luzerne County. A tipster told police they recently discovered a partially decomposed corpse hanging from Gerlach's basement. They also say he disappeared for a few days and mentioned that he had been in Chicago selling a human skull. Police are looking
Fucking crazy, bro.
Into a Facebook page devoted to selling human remains. Investigators wonder how long it's been going on or what else they may.
So he's not the murderer. He's just a fucking whack job that robs graves and sells human remains for a profit.
They find.
What could this evolve to next? You know, you're collecting human remains. What's the next step in the evolution of this? And that's something that, you know, hopefully we will find out why.
Now, Gerlach remains in the Delaware County Jail on $1 million cash bail. Investigators are now trying to connect loved ones with their family members' remains, but since all of them died many, many years ago, Dawn, they understand it is going to be a challenge.
No doubt, Chris. And so
Incredible. What a fucking piece of shit for doing that, man. People can't let people rest in peace. What are your thoughts on Trump suing the Fed chair? No opinion. Any news on Nick Shirley coming on maybe? No, probably not. Everyone and their mom is trying to interview him, guys. Probably won't come on. Would you invite Brian from whatever podcast? Guys, he wouldn't come on. We reached out to him. No response. Not going to ask again. Is there some behind the scenes beef with it? There's no beef, bro, at all. I'm just saying that Fresh is handling that. He's trying to get him on the show. But at the same time, you guys keep annoying me, asking me for the same fucking people. And I tell y'all, we try. And if they don't come on, they don't come on. I don't know what you guys want me to do. Like, we asked them. And if they don't come on, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you guys ask me the same fucking question over and over for the same guests all the time. I ask. If they don't come on, there's not much I can do, guys. There's not much I can do. Already like 10 of you have asked the same fucking question. It's really annoying. So it's like, I told y'all already, we asked before. Like, you know, we reach out to every single guest that you guys asked me to reach out to. If they come on, they come on. If they don't come on, bro. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. And then you guys like keep asking me the same shit over and over. There's no beef, but at the same time, I'm like not gonna keep bothering people and pestering them. If they don't want to come on, like actions speak louder than words, dude. You know what I mean? Just being, and I don't want to keep asking them and bothering them. That's incredibly annoying. So there's no behind the scenes beef at all, whatsoever, with anybody. I don't have an issue with anybody. It's just that you guys ask me to ask, I ask, and then if they don't come on, it's like you guys get mad at me, and it's like I don't know what to tell you. You know? Thank you so much for all you do. Fuck the haters, boots on Exiled 2026. Love the way you interact with your fan base and the fact that you boot out the idiots. Looking forward. Yeah, bro. I try to be honest with y'all, man. I'm truly very transparent and honest with you guys, and I tell you what it is. We ask, and you know, you can't like, you know, you can't really like keep pushing it or be annoying to these people, bro. Like I'm not trying to do that. So, let's see here. Did you hear Trump has a secret meeting with U.S. Special Forces to invade Greenland behind closed doors? Do you think that's even possible? Yeah. Oh God. I'll talk about that tonight because I don't think a lot of you guys got the explanations that I was giving as to why they're doing all this shit. Minneapolis so cooked. First it was George Floyd, then the Somali daycare, and now ISIS shooting. It seems like Arkham City over there. Yeah, it's absolutely nuts what's going on in Minneapolis, dude. Absolutely nuts. Knox, have you ever considered collab with Jesse Peterson? It would be cool to see you go on the Fallen State. The problem with that is that he can't travel, so I got to go to California, and you guys know I don't like LA. So I'd have to like take time off and go all the way over there. So I'd have to figure out a time to go over there where I can like lock in a bunch of other collabs at the same time. Guilty woman, I don't understand why so many people can see that if the regime falls in Iran, it will turn into a Zionist country. I don't necessarily agree with their regime. I believe it's better but it's better than to be a Zionist. No, what do you think? Well, yeah, it's going to become a cucked out enclave of the Zionist regime for sure. Yeah, 100%. And that's the big reason why they had the revolution in the 1979 in the first place, was because the Shah was basically a puppet government for the West. Speedy, when you were an agent, did you work on cases where the suspects used the black market to sell illegal products? If so, what are some crazy stories of things that were sold on the black market? Yeah, I mean, bootleg shit, a lot of bootleg shit. The most dangerous stuff was the bootleg medicine. They sold bootleg medicine. That was the dangerous shit from China. Like fake Tylenol and shit like that. Bro, you're talking about people could die from that. SS Dom, been a while since I've tuned into the live stream. I had to catch up on previous streams. The shit with Venezuela has been nuts. With that being said, have you seen this article about a Venezuelan soldier making claims the U.S. used some kind of sonic weapon causing a disorienting headache and something? Yeah, I did hear about that. They definitely went in with overwhelming force, I'll tell you that. Thomas Rushmore, everyone's trying to tell you who to bring on like it's their show. Yeah, dude, it's really annoying. It's really, I'm not going to lie, it's fucking annoying. We have Dr. Stephen Greer on the show, including After Hours, see? Like, niggas just asking, like, bro, chat. Look, you guys got to understand, in the social media world, you ask, okay, you want to come on? If they don't want to come on, it is what it is. Okay, guys? So if you don't see them come on, it means they don't want to come on. And you guys got to understand that we're very controversial, okay? People aren't trying to fuck their money up by coming on our show. You guys get that? So, like, when you guys ask me this shit, it's like, okay, I can ask, but people don't want to come on a lot of times because we're controversial. They got brand deals. They're monetized on YouTube. They know that we fucking have a certain reputation. You know what I mean? It is what it is, dude. Like, some people just don't want to come on for risk of losing sponsorships, losing money, losing monetization, losing opportunities. It is what it is, dude. Okay? So that's the reality, and I don't like asking twice. I ask like once, twice at the most. If they say no or they don't come on, then it is what it is, bro. Like, you guys keep fucking pestering me for the same people. I told y'all, what it is, and you guys keep asking. And I can't be mad at them because a lot of these people are running businesses, you know what I mean? And coming on our shit is like, could fuck their thing up. So I don't hold it against them. I don't get mad. I understand. Totally get it. Okay? The same reason that you guys like me for being real is exactly why a lot of people are scared to do anything with me. You know what I mean?
Falcon punch!
Myron, you're so real, raw, and honest. Great. That doesn't work in the show business. Okay? Like, do you guys get that? Being real and authentic does not work in show business at all. A lot of people look at that like, nah, we good, man. This guy's a liability. Cage, thank you so much for the cause. Much respect to you, man. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for that, Cage. Appreciate you, my friend. So you can't be mad at them, guys. Can't be mad at them. And I tell y'all, yo, don't pester them on their channel either. Actions speak louder than words. If they want to come on, great. If they don't want to, it's fine, man. Don't bother them about it. You know, I think we're doing well over here on our own. We don't, you know, people want to have me on, great. If they don't, or they don't want to come on, that's fine. It is what it is, man. Don't pester them. Don't give them a hard time. You have Kinetic Edge on your show? Okay. Myron, send this perf to the Shadow Realm. What? Richard Woods, I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you talking about? Mr. Hooligan to the Chipotle Fund. God bless you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Hooligan. It's been a minute since I've seen you. Mo says, why doesn't Trump send the National Guard to assist ICE? It looks like it might be deadly. Well, the National Guard, if you're talking about, you got to remember that the National Guard is kind of like a state entity, right? He could send them there, but that's created a lot of issues with other places like DC, etc. Mayor fights back against it. It creates a lot of headaches, bro. So yeah, creates a lot of headaches for him to do that, mobilize that. So, okay. So we got this little clip here of your boy Benjamin Netanyahu doing an interview. Let's see here what it is. Matter of fact, shit. I forgot to do a fucking story before we went live too. Guys, do me a favor. What do we got here? How many likes we got on this bitch? We only got 458 likes, bro. You guys got to smash that like button, dude. You guys got to smash that fucking like button, dude. I'm not even feeling 100%, but I'm still here. We're still going hard in the paint for you guys. There's no brakes on the train. Okay? Told you guys, we're boots on necks all 2025. Or well, all 2026, excuse me. Okay? So, we're going to grow the channel. We're going to cook no matter what. You know what I mean? Honestly, dude, you just got to rely on yourself. You know what I mean? Collabs are great and everything, but you have to rely on yourself. Have to rely on yourself. You know, that's just kind of how it goes. Can be annoying. People want to work with you, awesome. If they don't want to, then it is what it is, dude. You can't be mad about it. All right, boom. Story done. All right, let's see what our what our favorite person Netanyahu has to say here. Oh, is the best community on the internet. Honor to be here. You know it, bro. Ronnie, people have to understand you can't force people to keep begging them to come on the show if they don't want to. Exactly. Appreciate you, Ronnie, for understanding that shit. And I get it too. Why? Because like we're bro, we say crazy shit, bro. Like niggas are terrified to have us on, and I get that. You know what I mean?
Between the forces of civilization, the forces of modernity, and the very fanatic forces who want to take us back to the early Middle Ages, and do.
Okay, so these are two interviewers from The Economist.
So with a violence that is unimaginable. You've seen these pictures of people cutting open the chest of an enemy, these Islamists, tearing out the heart. The person is still alive and eating the heart. That tells you something.
What the fuck? I've never seen that before.
Now, that mentality, that fanaticism has to be confronted. It will move and invade your countries, and it will destroy them. Israel is not just fighting our battle, it's fighting the battle against radical Islam that threatens the future of the world. And I think many people thought communism would threaten the world or China would threaten the world. I'm saying that this untethered force of an extremist ideology that knows no limits, if it has nuclear weapons, the ballistic missiles to deliver them, and the masses that will destroy democracies, burn Christians.
Prime Minister,
we're committed to defending Christians around the world.
It's like he has like this speech like just memorized, you know what I mean? Of yeah, these Islamists are so evil, they're gonna end the world. You know what I mean? All this bullshit.
And in the Middle East, if they win the day, we all lose. Israel is defending itself, but in so doing, we're defending Western civilization.
Prime Minister, that is one way of viewing the world, and I have some sympathy with some of what you've said. Let me give you another way, which is that many people around the world see the state of Israel as a country that is exclusively using military force, that has killed 70,000.
More than that. We're being polite by saying 70,000. It's way more than that. Way more. By the way, guys, we got 615 likes, but we got 2,000 plus of you guys in here. Smash that like button for me, guys. You guys know I don't like being on fucking YouTube, but I do it anyway for you guys so you guys can, you know, a lot of you guys prefer YouTube. A lot of you guys don't like Rumble. Some of you guys don't like Kick. Some of you guys don't like Party, whatever. I'm also on Twitter right now. So do me a solid. Like the goddamn video. I'd really appreciate that. I don't get paid to be on fucking YouTube. I actually lose money by being on this piece of shit fucking platform, but I understand a lot of you guys enjoy it. So I do go on here to bring some of you guys on. And we just use YouTube as a funnel because it's fucking garbage otherwise. So yeah, smash the like button for me, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's keep going.
70,000 people in Gaza that is doing nothing to create a sustainable future for people there. That is a country, you've been accused of being a war criminal. That if you went to...
I mean, that's not even accused, it's a fact. Okay, we're talking about on paper, what we know right now as of before the dust is even settled, 20,000 kids dead, 50,000 people dead. Okay? Majority of them being innocent people, by far. Not even close. Okay? Also, guys, what else here? When this is all said and done, it's going to be hundreds of thousands that are dead. Hundreds of thousands that are dead when this is all said and done. We have a lot of people under the rubble. We have a lot of people that are missing. We have a lot of people that we have no idea where they are, right? We have a lot of people where we have zero clue what happened to them. So when this is all said and done, guys, and they actually clean up Gaza and rebuild and, you know, they look at the health ministry and they account for the numbers, it's going to be hundreds of thousands dead, bro. Hundreds of thousands. Okay? G. Guerrero says, OSS down, I had to come to Rumble. Also, these woke beings in Los Angeles are pathetic. They failed to realize that Mexicans stole land from the natives. Yo, dude, you got to probably go. You're using the new UI. You got to use the old UI. OSS works. It's fine. People are in here right now. We got 300 plus. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, we already got more viewers than Abba and Preach. Just like that, we got more viewers than Abba and Preach. Hilarious. Bitch ass niggas get 3.3K live viewers. Meanwhile, we get more than that, and we have a quarter of the channel size. I think people are realizing that they suck. Boots on necks all year. They lost 10,000 subscribers this month. Congratulations. We're going to continue to expose them. I went and reacted to their stupid ass commentary on the ICE shooting, and they clearly don't know what they're talking about. It was the first time that I actually reacted to one of their political takes, and they are fucking idiots. Incredible. They are fucking really low IQ. Isaiah Nieves, bro, comparing the 20-year-old from last night's panel to a 30-year-old, like, blah, blah, blah. All right, bro, I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas talking about. Okay, Ronnie says, Myron, did you hear that Netanyahu was banned from Slovenia? Wouldn't be surprised. He's banned from a couple countries. Alex says, Myron, sup, bro? Boots on Exiled 2026. Question last week, you mentioned something about having your real estate homie jump in for Money Mondays. Yeah, that's going down tomorrow. Grave Wisp says, hey, man, I'm 28, found your channel recently. I'm being real with myself this year. I spent much of my 20s chasing women and living paycheck to paycheck. I still live with my mom, partly to support her, but I feel behind and unfocused. I'm trying to become a better version of myself and build real stability. From your perspective, what's the most important shift a man my age could make to stop drifting and start moving forward? Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop chasing after women. That's really what it comes down to. You probably have some bad habits that are still hurting your ability to be productive. You're probably still drinking alcohol, hanging out with loser-ass friends, smoking weed or whatever. You need to remove all habits that hurt your productivity. So you got to stop drinking. You got to stop smoking weed. You got to stop doing dumb shit. You got to get in the gym and train. Simple shit, bro. A lot of it. You know what I mean? You might need me to just say it to you and reinforce it. But it really comes down to, when it comes to success, bro, being successful is literally just a game of being consistent over time. And nobody likes to hear that because it's boring. Everyone wants the secret, like, oh, how do I become successful? Whatever. Do what you're supposed to do consistently over time, and you will be successful. It's that simple. That's what fucks everybody up, is the consistency. Anybody can be consistent for a day, a week, a month. Not many could be consistent for years. So that's what it comes down to. Frammy, yo, Myron, Happy New Year. Has been watching since COVID. I was wondering if you could help, if I could help you visit UCR and start a chapter here. Message Sean. And it's, you know, don't waste his time though, bro. Like, a lot of you guys will say, message Sean and say, oh, yo, I want to start a chapter. Then he'll tell you what you need to do and you niggas get lazy. Like, bro, do not waste his fucking time. Only do that if you're serious about starting Uncensored America chapter. Extortion Gaming says, did you hear about the judge that was supposed to be part of Bibi Netanyahu's corruption trial was killed in the freeway? Yes, I did. I covered that the other day.
Go to several countries in Europe, you're going to get arrested. This is not just mad campus radicalism. This is a feeling around the world. You said it yourself to us just now. In public opinion around the world, Israel is doing very poorly. And it's doing very poorly because people see a country that is behaving in a way that is not compatible with being a liberal democracy. And therefore...
Yeah, it's not at all. And this is why it's kind of funny, because they'll sit there and they'll say they're the only democracy in the Middle East, and they literally run an ethno-apartheid. And let's call Israel what it is. Israel, guys, right, by all terms, is a ethno-supremacist, apartheid state. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, they must maintain a majority Jewish population so they can call themselves the Jewish state. This is from that. This is literally from their own words. Okay, when they say we are the only Jewish state in the world, we must preserve it, blah blah blah. What they really mean is we must maintain an 80% majority. Okay, this is why there's only 2 million Palestinians there, by the way. 80% Jewish, roughly 20% Palestinian, Arab. And they must maintain that demographic to maintain the majority. Okay, and then on top of that, keep in mind that they occupy both Gaza and the West Bank. By occupying these people, 2 million plus in Gaza and another couple million in the West Bank, these people are subject to Israeli rule but no representation. Does that sound like a democracy to you? Huh? But they run around and beat their chest. We're the only democracy in the Middle East. Not really. And it's funny how they just say that all the time, because most people don't understand that the state of Israel in itself is completely antithetical to democratic values. Completely antithetical. But nobody ever calls this out, right? To this day, even American politicians, it's the only democracy in the Middle East. No, it's not, bro.
Nope.
Not at all. It's actually the opposite. But no one likes to say this because, you know, obviously we know who owns our politicians, right?
I think you have a problem. I think that loss of public opinion, what struck me from your autobiography...
Thank God someone's pushing back. Normally Netanyahu does not like to do hard interviews. He always does softball interviews.
...was how subtly and for how long you have understood this. You know that political power comes from public opinion, and you know that you need to win the battle of public opinion, and you're losing it. You've absolutely lost it in Europe, but much more worryingly for you, you're losing it in America. And I think...
Yep, and the last political stronghold, really, for the pro-Zionist cause is the Republican Party. Okay, the Republican Party is like the last fucking bastion that's pro-Zionist. This is why idiots like Mark Levin, right, are losing their fucking minds, going after people like me, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, etc. Because the GOP is the last stronghold for them, by far. The Democratic Party, already 90% disapprove of Israel for obvious reasons, right? We're talking about they just conducted a genocide. They're an ethno-apartheid state. For a very long time, you just couldn't talk about it, right? Like, it used to be like American Democrats would just kind of like, yeah, we support Israel, and then shut the hell up and just like keep going, right? They silently sign bills that support Israel, etc., right? But now that the conflict has been like hitting international news, Americans are finally realizing what's going on in Israel because it's been a censored topic for so long. Overwhelmingly, the left wing in the Democratic Party disapproves of Israel because it goes against democratic values. It literally goes against democratic values. Completely antithetical to them, right? So, for a very long time, before October 7th, talking about Israel, talking about them bulldozing homes, talking about them occupying the Golan Heights, the West Bank, southern Lebanon, Gaza, talking about Zionism in general would get you banned on social media for a very long time. Hell, it got me demonetized. This fucking day, 2 years later, these bitch-ass niggas at YouTube still have me demonetized because of being one of the first people on the platform, actually the first person with a big podcast with over 1 million subscribers talking about this shit before October 7th, by the way. Media Matters, all these fucking idiots just came like fucking vultures, jumped on us, wrote articles. These guys are anti-Semites, Holocaust, all the fucking dumbass buzz terms that they use whenever you're critical of Israel, right? Because we did it. We were first to the fucking party talking about this shit. They went after us, right? We got demonetized, got deplatformed, banned on Meta, all this shit. But Israel overplayed its hand. They fucking got hit on October 7th. They responded with a ridiculous amount of force, an amount of force that was no longer justifiable. You had people like Piers Morgan, who was sitting the first couple of months of the conflict saying, oh, Israel has a right to defend itself. Now he's like, well, I'm not so sure if Israel has the right to do all that. People that were pro-Israel saying all the dumb shit about Israel has the right to defend itself, now they're slowly walking back their comments. Right? And I'd argue the international community in general is not on Israel's side after seeing what the destruction in Gaza. But it took a genocide and destruction of Gaza for people to fucking wake up to this problem. Now that it's a part of the public conversation, it's unavoidable. Now, a lot of these left-wing political commentators, a lot of these YouTubers are finally talking about the topic. Bro, in 2023, I'm telling you guys right now, most motherfuckers didn't even know what Zionism meant. Bomba. Most Americans, prior to the fucking Gaza conflict, okay, before October 7th, most Americans didn't even know what Zionism fucking meant. Okay? Then the war happened. It started to trend on TikTok. The letter to America went fucking viral. People started to post the kids getting blown up on X, and the rest is fucking history. The whole world became Jew-pilled like that. A topic that I've been talking about way before this shit. Now it's safe to talk about it. But American political commentators, for decades, always stayed away from this topic because it was a bannable topic for a very long time. Right? This is why people like fucking Dave Pakman, to this day, still won't talk about it. Right? People that are fucking longtime political commentators on the left, they still won't talk about that shit to this day. Right? It's a career ender, bro. Let's just be honest. It's a career ender. Bitch ass niggas like Adam Mockler, never talking about that shit. Until recently. Right? Until it became safe to talk about it. So, again, this is where we are. This is where we are. But now that it's out there and people know the truth about Zionism, people know the ugly reality of Zionism, because the social media companies can't censor it anymore because it blew up on TikTok, it blew up on X, and then it blew up on YouTube. You can't ban everybody talking about this shit. Before, they were able to just hit whack-a-mole. Oh, Freshman talked about it? Bam, get him out of here. Oh, Pearl talked about it? Bam, get her out of here. Right? Like, we'll pop up, hit them real quick, bam. Chilling effect. Nobody else wants to talk about it now. But once October 7th happened and people started dying and shit like that and they started seeing the fucking atrocities, they couldn't ban everybody. Couldn't ban everybody. So that's how we got here. That's how we got here. And the last fucking cornerstone to back this genocide and to back the Israel state and back Zionism is the Republican Party in America. They're the last cuckolds for this bullshit.
That what you've just told me about fanaticism is true in part, but it is not going to shape public opinion. People are going to roll their eyes and say he's saying that anybody who says anything critical about Israel is anti-Semitic. He's giving this large, you know, this story about fanaticism, and he's not accepting the fact that Israel is behaving in a way that we think is incompatible with the kind of liberal democracy that he claims.
Well,
to
the
be.
liberal democracies that fought the battles from World War II.
Hold on one sec, guys. Okay, so guys, just so you know, I think Bill set up a setting here. Only chats that are $5 and above show up on screen. So GWolf97, the reason why your chat didn't show up on screen, because I want to make sure that you guys get credit for or whatever, is because it was under, I think it was under 5. Yeah, it's got to be 5 or above, and then it shows up on screen. That's what it was, dude.
To Afghanistan, to Iraq, and so on. The ratio of combatants to non-combatants killed was 6 to 1, 7 to 1. In Gaza,
it's actually way higher than that. It's more like 1 to 20, dude. They were literally, because here's the other thing too. They were using a software called Lavender. Okay, see, look, he's just fucking lying all over the place. Of course, yeah, 83%. Because we know that 83% of the people killed were civilians, right? So there's no way it's a 1 to 5 civilians. Even that's too goddamn high, to be honest. Even that is too fucking high. Here, I'll find you guys the I'll find you guys this. I'll keep playing.
because Hamas was forcing people to stay in urban areas at gunpoint, the ratio is about 1.5 to 1. And we lost a lot of soldiers because we didn't carpet bomb.
That isn't disputed, Prime Minister.
We didn't do...
People have different ratios as well.
I'm telling you, you don't actually, but that's not the point. It certainly wasn't 6 to 1 or 7 to 1, and we certainly didn't carpet bomb, which we could have done right away. We've lost a lot of people by my refusal and the IDF's own mores in making sure that doesn't happen. Now, if you have the densest urban warfare theater in history, with 500 kilometers of terror tunnels.
Yeah, even 1 to 5, guys, is fucking nuts. And the other thing you guys got to remember too is that there were times when the genocide was like at its worst, they were authorizing like up to 1 to 20, 1 to 15. When they were trying to get like high value targets and they were really trying to get somebody, they were authorizing, okay, we will go ahead and do 1 to 20 ratio on this to get this guy. If it was like a high ranking member of Hamas or whatever, they didn't give a fuck. 1 to 5 is being polite, right? That is literally being conservative. But there were times where it was way higher at the worst parts of the bombing campaign.
Underneath.
Because how else are you gonna fucking kill 83%? Like, look here. A joint investigation by 972 magazine, The Guardian, citing classified Israeli military intelligence data from May 2025, reported that approximately 53,000 Palestinians killed, only 8,900 were identified as named fighters. Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, blah, 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 suggests a ratio where 83% of the dead were civilians. This equates roughly 5 civilians killed for every 1 identified fighter. And then keep in mind that there were times where they were, at the height of the bombing, that the ratios were way worse. And then also keep in mind, this is of the people that we know that are dead, bro. It's way more dead people than that. There's way more dead people than 70,000. Okay? Way more dead people. Guys, remember that Gaza was one of the most publicly dense, population dense places in the fucking world, man. Ain't no way. G-Wolf, can you address the question before without me retyping it? The question is, do you think that there's a strong connection between the top Israel Pro supporters and the top Epstein Island goers, or at least in bed with each other via business. What is the connection there if you have any insight? Well, it's very simple, bro. We know that your boy Epstein was a asset for the Israeli intelligence apparatus. Okay? And many of the top, billionaires are Zionists. A lot of them are. A lot of them are. Okay? So defend Israel by any means necessary, my friend. That's how a lot of them look at it. Any means necessary. So there you go.
50 meters below, 50 meters above, everything booby-trapped. And you don't come in and just bomb the place to smithereens, which we didn't. I mean, we had everything booby-trapped. We moved the population out, and then you have to fight the Hamas in there. The ratios in Mosul, the ratios in Fallujah, the ratios elsewhere, there's nothing comparison, and that was nothing compared to what our soldiers, our brave soldiers, had to face in Gaza. So I dispute the fact. The argument that you put forward is being put forward. It doesn't make it true. What is true is that Israel is fighting these worst killers, these people who took not only beheaded our men, raped our women, and then murdered them, burned our babies alive, and took 255 hostages, which we took out. Nobody believed that we got them out. These are barbarians, and they're given a free look. I have demonstrations on behalf of Hamas. Notice that they're burning the flag of Israel and the flag of the UK, the flag of Israel and the flag of America.
Here we go.
When you have
this is what Netanyahu is very good at doing. He's very good at making Israel's problems everyone else's problems too. Does this all the time. Oh, they call Israel the little Satan, then they call America the big Satan. They hate you guys. We're the front lines. Once they get rid of us, they're going to come after you guys. He's fantastic at doing this, right? I've listened to hours of Netanyahu speak. It's always the same fucking pitch every single time. Bro is a professional at roping in Western powers to be fearful of Islam. He's a professional at it. He's really good at it. He's been doing it for 30 years, by the way. Just so you guys know, bro has been in power for like damn near 30 years, and he's been doing this for a very long time. There's a reason why he's good at what he does. Okay? And not only that, you guys got to keep in mind that he knows powerful people in every government. Okay? Netanyahu is friends with very powerful people in every Western country. The United States, Australia, Canada, etc. Because the billionaire class, guess what a lot of them are? And if they aren't, they still are hardcore Zionists. You know what I'm saying? This is why he has the level of influence that he has. He has the level of influence that he has, not just because he has good relations with the United States and the government, but he also has access and personal relationships with people of great influence and power. I'll give you guys an example of what I mean by this right fucking now. Here's one example.
Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early lie, every single hour, every single day, every single night, early lie. I know it's hard to believe it's the whole forest, not one tree, and it's every branch and leaf. They're born to deceive, but I'm telling you the truth. It's not just one or two, it's every single Jew. They all hate you, and it really breaks my heart. But their lies are off the charts, and they only bring us harm. You gotta get smart. So if you want to be safe and don't want to get replaced, it's best you start being based, or you'll get erased.
Do you guys get it now? Do you guys fucking get it now? Fox News, the media, etc. The Murdochs own all that shit. And guess who's close with Benjamin Netanyahu? Rupert Murdoch alongside his son Laxman Murdoch, who basically runs it now. And he's over here having secret fucking meetings with Netanyahu in Israel.
It's not my fault that I have to do this.
Like, yo, it's an international cabal and you're not invited, bro. Okay?
denied.
And this is the shit that gets you in trouble. This is the shit they get mad at me about. This is why they call me anti-Semite. This is why they say I'm a Nazi, all this other fucking dumbass bullshit. Because I'm able to connect this bullshit so you guys understand who really runs the world. It's not just America. They have tentacles in America, but they also have tentacles in many other places. These guys are fucking Australians, by the way. FYI. Okay? So whether they are or not, they have a deep affinity and love and support of Israel. The Murdochs have supported and donated to the IDF, the West Bank, the settlements. There's just one connection. There's many more. Okay? There's many more.
Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life, every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life. I know it's hard to believe it's the whole forest, not one tree, and it's every branch and leaf. They're born to deceive, but I'm telling you the truth. It's not just one or two, it's every single Jew. They all hate you. And it really breaks my heart, but their lies are off the charts, and they only bring us harm. You gotta get smart. So if you want to be safe and don't want to get replaced, it's best you start being based, or you'll get erased. Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life, every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life.
But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is class TikTok.
You guys heard that? Hold on. They don't even care, bro. They say it out loud, and you stupid ass niggas try to sit there and get mad at me or call me a Nazi when I call it out.
Class TikTok.
And just so you guys know, you know who he was talking to when he had this meeting? This was, I think, when he was at the UN in New York a couple of months earlier, right? A bunch of dumbass influencers, right, that are super pro-Israel. Okay, a bunch of TikTokers, YouTubers, a bunch of fucking pro-Zionist scumbags. He had a private meeting with them and was talking to them about, oh, look, we got the most important fucking social media platform. What is it? TikTok. They don't even hide it. They don't even hide it. Who owned and ran YouTube for, bro? Come on, man. We about to connect all this shit right now, dude.
Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life, every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life. I know it's hard to believe it's the whole forest, not one tree, and it's every branch and leaf. They're born to deceive, but I'm telling you the truth. It's not just one or two, it's every single Jew. They all hate
It's a big cabal, and none of you niggas are fucking invited. You get it? Do you guys get it now? Okay? Head of Meta, Facebook, head of Instagram, head of YouTube for over a decade, okay? And also had close ties with Google. Founder of Google. Fucking AI. Open AI. Are you guys getting it now? And then Larry Ellison, where's he at? Like, are you guys getting it yet? So when I sit here and I tell people, yo, they have like a, ridiculous amount of influence and power in many different spheres of culture and infrastructure, don't fucking sit there and tell me, oh, Myron, you're just a fucking, paranoid schizo Nazi. But see, once I start showing the facts, I start showing the reality, I show y'all the early life and shit like that, niggas want to sit there and be like, oh, bro, you're anti-Semitic, oh, God, oh. Bro, it's fucking true. See, and that's the thing. These idiots can never tell me that I'm a liar. There's no cap in my raps. It's just that it's dangerous when people like me connect it and tell you guys, oh, yeah, by the way, this is why we have, right, the legislation that we have. This is why people are getting deported for being critical of Israel. This is why people are being, arrested for anti-Semitism laws. This is why we have hate speech laws or what's the word I want to use here? Trust and safety guidelines where you can't put a fucking watermelon on TikTok, or you get banned for talking about the dancing Israelis on YouTube, or you get censored for talking about JFK or the USS Liberty. This is why. If you look at who runs big tech, it's a big ass cabal and you're not fucking invited. Okay? It's either they're a part of the tribe or they're sensitive to the tribe. But look at big tech. All the heads of big tech are a part of the tribe. Like I told y'all before. And these people are all hardcore fucking Zionists, man. So you wonder why you get banned off social media. That's why. Who runs it? This is why, to this fucking day, 2 years later, I'm still fucking demonetized. Because I tell y'all what everybody else is too fucking scared to talk about. All my haters on social media, on YouTube, whatever, that say, oh, Myron, well, you poked at the bear, blah, blah, blah. Look, bitch ass niggas, the truth is the truth. And I'm here to tell the truth. But this is why. This is why Innocent Reach will never talk about. This is what a lot of my haters that make videos talking shit about me will never talk about. That's why I got to talk about slop tube, bullshit, drama. But this is the real shit that gets you in fucking trouble. That I've been talking about now for years. Connecting the dots, telling you guys who really runs shit. Then we see who controls big tech. We see who controls the government. We see who fucking funds the government. It's no mistake how your boy Benjamin Netanyahu is able to get away with shit, right? And get away with more crimes than other world leaders. Netanyahu has killed just as many, if not more, people than Maduro, than Saddam Hussein, than Gaddafi, but he's still running around. Bro has an arrest warrant for the ICC. We welcome him with open arms. Bro lobbied to get TikTok taken over by who? By this dude, Larry Ellison, who's one of the biggest donors to the IDF, by the way. Are you guys getting it now? And this is what 99% of YouTubers are too fucking cucked out to say. Dumbass Hassan Piker will sit there and talk about the genocide all fucking day. He'll talk about resistance, whatever, but he'll never call out this shit because he's a bitch-ass nigga. And this is where I differentiate from all these other motherfuckers, because I call like it is. I'll name them by fucking name because I'm not scared. I'll call it what it is. I'll talk about world Jewry. I'm not scared of being called a fucking anti-Semite because it's fucking true. Don't fucking sit there and tell me, oh, bro, it's not real. Motherfucker, these guys have a fucking stranglehold on big tech. These guys have a stranglehold on fucking American politics. These guys have a stranglehold on the fucking UK politics. These guys have a stranglehold on Australian politics. Don't fucking sit there and tell me that world Jewry isn't real. Get the fuck out of here. And this is why people like Hassan Piker, Kyle Kulinski, these progressives that talk about Israel bad, Zionism bad, that's not far enough. That's not far enough. It's a fucking international cabal. And everyone is too fucking scared to call it what it is. Jewish supremacy. I fucking said it, bitch ass niggas. The rest of you guys are scared. Zionism. It's just Zionism. It's just Zionism. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yes, that's a part of the problem, but we need to identify all of it. Isn't it interesting, by the way, chat? Isn't it interesting that they'll sit there and they'll talk about Islam as a very bad religion, it's evil, it's violent, we need to get rid of it from the United States, we need to eradicate it. They talk about all this shit openly, by the way, openly. Every big right-wing political commentator will sit there and talk shit about Islam all day, no consequences. But have you guys ever noticed they never talk about Judaism? You guys caught on to that? Isn't that kind of strange? Isn't that very interesting? Huh? Isn't that kind of weird that you can openly shit on Islam on YouTube with no consequence? But if you start talking about the other religion, it's a fucking problem. You could talk shit about Jesus Christ. You could talk shit about Christianity. You could talk shit about Islam. You could say they're a bunch of go-fuckers. They're violent heathens. You could talk about Christianity not having a fucking spine. You could talk about female pastor that, female pastor this. Right? You could talk all kinds of shit about those two religions. But if you talk about the other one, oy vey, anti-Semitism, it's a blood libel. And I've told you guys this before, I'm going to say it again. Real niggas will go ahead and be critical of any of the three religions. If people will talk shit about Islam, but not say anything about Judaism, bitch ass nigga.
Bombakat!
If someone will talk shit about Christianity, but not Islam or not Judaism, bitch ass nigga.
Bombakat!
If someone will go ahead and talk shit about all three and have their criticisms like I do, real nigga. I'm like one of the few people. I've told you guys, I don't think Islam is compatible with a first world democracy. I'm Muslim. I should be saying that. But I admit that. I am willing to concede on topics even if it doesn't benefit me because the truth is more important than my fucking feelings or my opinions. It's the truth. Like the First Amendment does not align with Islam. I'm sorry. You can't criticize the prophet. You can't say certain things. That's fine. It is what it is. Right? People get mad at me when I say that the United States is a Christian-based country based on Christian ethics. It is. Cry harder. But I've noticed that no one in the right wing will ever talk about Judaism. You guys catch on to that shit yet? Matt Walsh will sit there and talk all day about Islam being a problem. Charlie Kirk did it. Rest in peace to him, even though I disagree with him on this topic. You know, Crowder, all these guys. They'll sit there and they'll attack Islam all day. Fine. I am not mad at you for being critical of Islam. But how come none of these guys ever talk about Judaism? Which I would argue is more pernicious. If you want to talk about a pernicious fucking religion that has problems, at least with Islam and Christianity, we accept all, right? Everyone can be saved. Whether you believe in Jesus as a God or as a prophet in Islam, we believe anybody can be saved. We don't care what your background is. Judaism isn't so accepting. Did you guys catch on to that? Interesting, huh? But these guys will never fucking talk about that shit. And I've always been very, curious as to why they don't. But I'll tell you guys why. Who runs conservative media in America? You guys catching on yet? You guys waking up yet? You guys seeing the dots yet? This is what gets you in trouble. This is what gets you banned. This is what gets you censored. This is what gets you called a fucking Nazi. This is what gets you called a fucking anti-Semite, Holocaust denier, all the bitch-ass terms that they like to use. I've been called everything under the book. But they can never call me a liar. Because everything I said is fucking true, and I use their own fucking dumbass websites like Wikipedia, which, by the way, is edited by them, FYI. Use their own websites, and it still fucking tells you what I've been telling y'all the whole time. It's a big-ass group. Excuse me. It's a big-ass cabal, and you're not invited. Anyway, let's get back to this discussion with your boy Benjamin Netanyahu. Probably woke a bunch of you niggas up right now in the chat. And just so you guys know, this is what most people will never fucking talk about. This is what everybody is too pussy to talk about. That's why I'm the realest nigga in this shit. Even the biggest critics of Israel, the biggest critics of Netanyahu, they will never fucking say what I just told y'all niggas. And that's why you can't trust them. That's why I'm the realest in this shit. By far, 2 years going, demonetized still, fuck YouTube. I'm going to keep saying the truth. It is what it is. Whether I say it on their platform, they cry, who cares? I don't give a fuck anymore. The truth is the truth, and you guys need to fucking wake up, and I'm the fucking alarm clock. All these other niggas will sit there and talk about genocide this, genocide that, apartheid this, apartheid that. Let's talk about why they clearly have no problem killing innocent people. Let's talk about why they have no problem having an apartheid state. Let's talk about why they do the bullshit that they do. I'll tell you why. Jewish supremacy. And this is where everybody is too pussy to fucking admit. Too scared to say, oh shit, I'll get canceled for that. It's the fucking truth. Niggas want to sit there and talk shit about Islam all day, fine. We can have our criticisms of Islam. We could talk about the violence. We could talk about the jihadis. We could talk about the terrorism. We could talk about the fucking, lack of civil rights or whatever the fuck, lack of democracy. We could talk about that all day. But once I start talking about Judaism, niggas start, oh shit. Fucking pussies. I could make jokes. I could do caricatures of Jesus Christ. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. But if I talk about how, this religion is a little weird here, man. Like, they don't really look at the rest of us as humans. Like, we're kind of cattle. Whoa! That's blood libel. We're canceling you, motherfucker. So, go ahead, guys. Go in the chat of any of your favorite political commentators that are critical of Israel. Bring up any of these topics and watch some niggas start folding. Okay? Hassan Piker, Osmond Gold, Kyle Kalinske, all these niggas, they're going to start, I can't talk about that. Oh, you sound like Hitler. Shut the fuck up, bitch-ass niggas, man. Hey, not many people talk about it straight up like I do. A lot of niggas are terrified, and I get it. I get it. You could lose millions of dollars doing this shit like I have. But you know what? I'd rather get paid less and tell the fucking truth and have a strong community behind me of niggas that really rock with me than make millions upon millions and lie to myself. Because at the end of the day, I got to wake up and look at myself in the fucking mirror every day. And I've never woken up and said, damn, bro, oh my God, like, man, tell the truth sucks, man. I wish I had more money. I don't give a fuck. I wear the same clothes every day. I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't give a shit. It is what it is. I will take less so I can look at myself in the mirror every fucking day. Okay? I'd rather be able to look myself in the mirror, tell you guys the truth, dispense this information, whatever it costs me, it is what it is, than buy my mom condos like bitch-ass Abba. Which is a fucking retard. He doesn't even know how to invest properly, dumbass nigga. Why are you buying condos, retard? You're already getting taxed enough in fucking Canada. Stupid ass nigga, man. That's that pirate fucking investment strategy. God damn, nigga retarded. Condos is like the worst real estate investment you can get. That's how you know this nigga's 50 IQ, man. Sub-Saharan. Stupid fuck. Anyway, back to it.
Pro-Israel demonstrations, they wave Israeli flags, they wave American flags, they wave British flags. These people are against you, whether you recognize it or not. They will sweep away your societies, your freedoms, your ideas, the values that we cherish exactly
Prime
as you
Minister,
do.
it really isn't just extreme radicals. There are huge numbers of people who are concerned about Israel's behavior, frankly, including people like me.
Well, I think that if Britain was invaded, forgive me, if Britain was invaded and you had the equivalent in Britain, your population is what, 65 million, something like that, 60 million, right? So you're about 6 times our size. So if you had on one day about 8,000 Brits murdered.
Here we go. He's about to give the functional equivalent terrorist attack of what happened to them on October 7th to England and how they would respond.
Mutilated, raped, and kidnapped. And they came right next to London. What would you do?
Bro, it's like, I literally have his talking points memorized, bro. I've listened to this guy talk so much, it's crazy, dude. It's actually nuts how much I've listened to Netanyahu speak. I've listened to him speak more than, yeah. Someone said, didn't you say the Quran was man-made? I never once said that in my life. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Champ 32 asked me that. And just so you guys know, if you donate on Myron Gaines Extra, the website there, it won't show up on screen unless it's 5 or above. I got to fix that setting, but that's what Bills has it at.
What you did, we know exactly what Britain did, and I don't hold Churchill or the British government or the British people who supported him responsible for saying you shouldn't have acted that way. You bombed the living daylights out of German cities and out of French cities that were in your way and so on. We didn't do that. We went in with ground forces. We didn't carpet bomb our way in there because otherwise nothing would be there in Gaza.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad that they asked them some harder questions. Watch the full interview. Let's see here. You got to fucking pay for this shit? Yeah, you got to subscribe. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let me read some of these chats real quick because they're piling up. Okay, Lonix says, my wife heard me listening to Yay HH and she just smiled. Okay, good wife. I'm very grateful that a man like you is repeatedly guiding newcomers to your podcast. You're a really good man. I appreciate you, Restless. And yeah, guys, just so you know, FYI, this type of information has gotten me censored, gotten me fucking attacked by a lot of these fucking lobbies, as you guys know. So, yeah, consider joining the OSS. Use the code LYouTube because YouTube probably will never remonetize me, which is fine. It is what it is. I'd rather have a strong follower base to support me on OSS because then we can say what the fuck we want to say. We don't have to censor ourselves so much. But sometimes I got to just go hard and give you guys this information because more people need to wake up. And it's actually really scary how little most Americans know on this fucking topic. Like, who really runs this country? Like, people have zero fucking clue. It's the elites, it's the globalists. Motherfucker. Come on, man. It's really that simple. Smash the like button, by the way, guys. Quick word from our sponsors, a.k.a. myself, because I sponsor myself, niggas. Me on Instagram, they demonetized me on YouTube, they banned me on Facebook, they banned me on Twitch. The ADL and the SPLC put me on their hit list, as well as Media Matters. That tells you everything you need to know. They don't want you to hear what I have to say, and that's exactly why the OSS Army exists. The OSS is my uncensored army, where the truth prevails over all the lies. But OSS isn't just content, guys, it's a movement. It doesn't feel like a group, it's a force, it's an army. Inside the community, you connect with like-minded individuals that aren't afraid to question the narrative. 46,000 plus strong, pushing towards 10,000. Every new member makes the message louder, and they can't censor all of us. This is where you can speak freely and not have to be worried about being judged, fired, labeled a hater, anti-Semite, misogynist, or any of these other stupid-ass buzz terms that they like to use for people that are critical thinkers. The movement goes beyond the live stream. We build a community, we're able to have discussions, we're able to go ahead and interact with each other the way that we want, where we don't have to worry about censorship. We have a Telegram group where you can connect with like-minded guys. We have a Discord that's completely free, and we do one annual meetup per year in Miami on 420. You'll also get access to exclusive live streams you won't find on YouTube, call-on portions of the show, and other goodies that you won't find anywhere else. And even the merch is a part of the mission. But it's not about fashion, it's about an identity. You have the ability to think critically and challenge the narrative. High quality Nike gear, and not ridiculously branded, that allows you to identify each other without being too overt and understanding that you know what the hell is up. So you can go ahead and move covertly with your red pill awareness compared to other blue pill normies. All of this for just $10 a month, or you can join for the year, use JFK 911 as a promo code, and you get in for $50 for the year. This isn't just content, it's resistance, it's culture, and it's freedom. It's the OSS Army. Bam. Yeah, that's how I keep doing what the fuck I'm doing, bro. That's why I'm able to be fearless and say what the fuck I say, because I got my own community. Shout out to all you guys. We got well over 6,000 plus you guys in there. We're working on getting a 7,000 as a goal, because once I get to that point, well, we need to, my goal is at 10,000 total active supporters. Once we had 10,000, bro, I'm going to fucking YouTube. I'm going to set up a table and call them out for fucking censoring conservatives, because it's really starting to piss me off and it's really annoying. Because I'm not the only one. They've been censoring us on the right for a very long time. I'm about to start calling these bitch ass niggas out. Shit, we got to actually like have some type of revolutionary change if we want change, and we got to call these guys out, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to Rumble. Shout out to alternative platforms like Kick, Rumble, Party, etc. But we got to call these dickheads out, dude, because they run damn near a monopoly, and it's really fucking annoying that they censor people for telling the goddamn truth. Bro, niggas got mad at me one time for saying that men are physically superior to women. What? Like, are you fucking serious? Niggas hit me with the, oh yeah, we can't approve you because you said men are physically superior to women.
Denied.
Yo, you can't even tell the fucking truth on this dumbass platform, bro. Fucking retarded. Anyway, let's read some of these chats. Simple Dre says, hey, Myron, I've been watching you now for 3 years. I'm 20 years old, living in Kingston. Nigga wrote a whole paragraph with $2, man. That's all I can tell you, Jamaican nigga.
Bomba!
You guys are fucking cheapskates, you Caribbean niggas. Okay, his question is basically doing Forex, due to my psychological mindset towards my risk manager. Goddamn, nigga, what the fuck? I got scammed all the money I had when things just working good enough. I'm a bad position. I'm wondering now. Well, here's the thing, bro. I've never liked Forex trading and all this other shit. You got to get like a real skill set, man, that you know will make money no matter what. Okay? Because the problem with, Forex trading is that you have to really be good at what you're doing. Okay? That's kind of what the issue is there. So, yeah, you got to get a skill set, dude, that's going to make you money, rain, hail, or shine. Grave Wisp says, hey, man, I'm 28, found your channel recently. I'm being real with myself this year. Spent most of my 20s living paycheck to... I think we read that one earlier. Yeah. Yeah, we read that one. Okay, let me read. Okay. Dirty Mike says, F the haters, you're the most informative channel on YouTube and one of the hardest workers. Dude worked 24/7 in 2025. Is talking about going hard in 2026. Happy half mil on Myron Gaines X. Yeah, man, we started the channel at 186K subscribers, and now we're sitting at over 500,000. Okay, we're cooking, bro. We're cooking. 20 million plus views to a month. I should be making so much more money on YouTube, but whatever. Fuck them, dude. That's why I hate YouTube with a passion. Just bought the hardcover of your book because I gave my paper cover to my older brother. Also, guys, book is pretty much done. I'm in the final editing stages. Shout out to my guy, Aaron Clary. Why Women Deserve Even Less, book number 2 coming out February 14th. Can't wait for the volume 2. Yep. G the Wolf, what do you think is the best solution? We answered that already. Okay. I appreciate you underlying the pattern recognition tendencies. Yep. Liberal leftists are also so insufferable. They always cry Zionism, never say the J or even what's behind Zionism. Yeah, because they're stupid, bro. They're too pussy to go all the way. That's my issue with people like Hassan Piker and a lot of these guys. They're too scared to actually like identify what the problem is. They're too scared because they don't want to get canceled. Peter, they're terrified of being called the anti-Semite. I don't give a fuck about being called the anti-Semite anymore. I don't care. It's clearly a fucking lie. I have Jewish people on my team. But they just say that to try to get you canceled. Peter Bailey, facts, another book, Why Myron Gets Less. Yep. Netanyahu and his regime is the new Reich. Facts. WJ rant, you know it. It's been a while since I've done a J rant. Myron, I do TikTok debates. What do you think of the prompt? I can't see it really. If there's only one group not allowed to be spoken about, that is a group we must discuss. Yep. Extortion Gaming. Are you mad that Tucker Carlson robbed you? He was named Anti-Semite of the Year by Jew. Yeah, I got to work harder next year, I guess. I got to work harder in 2026. Jason Carr, Myron, how can men identify a good girl at the early stages to see if it's worth it? You won't do it in the early stages. She's going to give you, she's going to put the mask on. That's why you have to fucking that's why you have to date her for 6 months to 1 year, bro. Cam Ballum says 2.4% of the population holds 15 to 20% of the U.S.'s total wealth. I can't imagine what they're hiding over there. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. There you go. Thank you for that, Cam Ballum. He gets it. Ellie says, even for the ninjas that watch sports, Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is a J. Yep, he definitely is. So is Robert Kraft. It's like, bro, you can't make this shit up, bro. Ibrahim says, have you noticed that the hot girls always walk around with a fridge because they want to feel better about themselves? That is true. Extortion Gaming. This video is perfect right now. Shows every actor that's a J in Hollywood. We already know that. It's Leo Kings. This video of Netanyahu is worse. Watch it real quick. Look what he said. I think I already know what it is. Is it where he said that the U.S. is a golden calf? Nikki Monroe, is a 46-year-old too old for me as a 33-year-old woman? No. As a 33-year-old woman, man, you gotta, bro, you are on clearance. You gotta find a guy ASAP. G girl, Benjamin Netanyahu looks like he wants to choke the poor lady just for asking him questions. Facts. 5 Broken Cameras. There's a very good Gaza documentary released in 2011 called 5 Broken Cameras, showing from the inside of Gaza what the IDF is doing to Gazans. Yeah, bro, it's very bad. And they've been doing it for decades. Do you do cardio? Yes, I do. I do it with my training. CJ says, they say 70K, but you know, Jays like to exaggerate. 6 million. Yeah, it's going to be way more than that. And they like to deny it too, by the way. They deny the Gaza genocide all the time. Ask any Israeli official, they'll tell you it's not a genocide. This is like watching employees, journalists, talking with their boss, Bibi, explain that their propaganda job is impossible. Should get Bryce Mitchell on. Would be great for the show. Sneeko and Bradley interviewed him earlier. He's real nigga certified and based. Bryce Mitchell? Hold on. Oh, dude, they came after him, bro. They made him like take back his comments on the mustache man, dude. They took his, they fucked his channel up, bro. You don't remember that? I don't think he wants to talk about that topic anymore. Do you do cardio? If so, what kind? I do a lot of supersets, man. I do weight training alongside, you know, putting exercises together. Hammer, new here and glad to join. Former FDNY firefighter succumbed to my, okay, fake vax. Okay, bro. Holy shit, man. You niggas writing paragraphs and only sending in $1. Come on, man. Medically disabled at 36 years old. Top it off, martial issues. Now the dynamic has changed. Can't make it up. Help brother out. Just could use help of your platform if possible, or maybe you know someone who can help. Life falling apart, medically disabled, 36-year-old, top it off, martial issues. Now that dynamic has changed. Like, okay, what, do you have like a GoFundMe or something? Like, what do you have going on? And like, the thing also, dude, is like, why, well, you got to ask yourself, like, why would people want to bring you on? You know what I mean? To tell your story. You know, you got to ask yourself that, like, you know, they're going to, because no one wants to give a charity. You know what I mean? Like, I do it all the time, but like other people, are they going to want to do it? So that's what you have to ask yourself. October 7 Jays pilled everyone on Jay supremacy. Yep, it did. But you got to come up with a compelling story, bro. Just saying like my girl's leaving me and I have myocarditis because I took the jab. That's not, you know, you got to be very compelling. Myron, did you see Jay set fire in Patagonia, Argentina? People are going crazy. Yep, I did see that. Crazy. This clip is like the employees talking to their boss. Yep, got that one. Simple Dre. Okay, I think we're caught up on the chats for the most part. Russell's Viking, TikTok prompt, what do you think? Israel, not a country by definition. Majority Israeli Jews are not Semites. I mean, Russell's Viking, bro, like, are you a content creator? Because, like, I want to be honest with you, bro. If you're going to go into this topic, like, and you have, like, a regular job, this is going to get you in trouble. Like, are you, like, a full-time content creator? Like, if you have a regular job, bro, this will get you in trouble. And I'd be remiss to not advise you. Because I understand a lot of you guys have regular jobs and shit like that. I don't want you guys getting your lives ruined for this shit, bro. Because they will come after you, bro. You'll get featured on a website. Niggas will put your real name out there. They'll dox you. Like, are you prepared for that? Like, I talk about this topic so you guys don't have to talk about it. But they will fucking dox you. They'll fuck your life up, dude. Andrew Tate and collab got together for Fresh and Fit. Would go viral. See what I can do. Moving from Vegas to Homestead, Florida for work, deploying in October. I think I'll just get a nice RV to save money since I'll be gone for a long time. Any thoughts? Make 170K and have a 500K house in Vegas. No, dude, just live on base. Don't buy shit. If you're you said you're deploying, that means you're gonna be active? No, dude, don't buy shit. Literally just live on base. Live on base and pocket every single dollar. Do not spend, why the fuck would you buy a house? Are you retarded? Live on base. Save all your money. What camera is your side cam? I have multiple cameras, but they're all, this one's a Sony FX3, and this one, oh, it's off. This one, more frank, that's a Sony A7R. This one's FX3. This one's FX3. And then my other camera is a Sony A7R. This one's a Sony A7R, but I got a really good lens on it. Cool. I think, did I read all the chats? Myron, you and Tucker Carlson should do a collaboration called the I don't think I'd love to do something with Tucker. But I don't know, dude. I might be risky for him right now. You know, they gave him a lot of headaches for a couple of the interviews that he did, so I might be too much of a risk. Look, guys, as you guys could tell, you guys ask me all the time, yo, do this collab, do that collab, blah, blah, blah. Yo, I don't get mad at people for not wanting to do shit with me because I get it, dude. I am fucking volatile, man. And you guys got to understand that shit. Like, you guys get mad and shit like that. Like, bro, do this collab, do that collab, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, I can't, like, force these guys, man. I just can't. You know what I mean? I just can't force these dudes. A lot of these guys have businesses. People, they support people. People rely on them. You know, are they going to take a risk to have somebody like me on who's like literally been like public enemy #1 for a lot of different organizations that are very powerful? Probably not, dude. Probably not. And you can't get mad at them. So I never hold that shit against them, dude. It is what it is, man. We'll just keep building up over here. Keep doing what we do over here. If they want to do something, great. If they don't, then, man, we can't harass them, dude. And I know that's disappointing for some of you guys. You know, you guys want to see me on other platforms. You guys want to see me on big shows and shit like that. But the reason why they're big is because they play the game, chat. You know, you got to understand that. The reason why a lot of these shows are big is because they play the game, man. You can't be mad at them for that shit. But in the meantime, give this shit a follow. Here's my new TikTok, guys. We're posting on here. All we can do is grow our own shit, chat. Grassroots, man. Grassroots. We got to build our own shit up. We can't rely on nobody. Just got to build our own shit up, chat. So yeah, follow my new TikTok, FedReactsX. I'm gonna try to see if I can get the other one. I'm gonna try to log into the other one. Russell Viking says, I believe in God, I only fear hell. I'm fortunate that I own my own property planning to sell from the city and build 2 small properties in the countryside and do a tourist Airbnb to be more sustained, but I use a proxy account. Yeah, dude, they'll find out who you are. Dude, Restless, don't be a retard, dude. Don't be a fucking retard. Like, make sure you have all your shit in order before you go down this road. Okay? It's all good and dandy. Like, the fact that you even have to remain anonymous is already a problem. They're going to find out who you are. You create enough buzz, they're going to find out who you are. They're going to dox you. They're going to try to fuck your life up. So make sure you have everything in place so they can't fuck your life up, dude. I'm warning you, man. I'm warning you, dude. They took my TikTok store down, or sorry, my Shopify store down. They took my, they demonetized me on YouTube. Like, they will come after you, bro. Don't be a fucking idiot. Don't fuck your life up to debase some niggas on TikTok. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you really want to do this, make sure you have all your shit ready. The fact that you're, like, over here trying to protect your identity is already an L. That's already an L. So, dude said I use a proxy account. Niggas are going to find out who you are, bro. If finding out who you are is the problem, then you need to really reconsider what you're doing. Trey Flip, I live in Colorado. I want to know your thoughts on this. If I had a nickel for every time I see a beautiful woman here with a fat guy or a dude with a face or only a mother can love, I'd have $100 surprise me every time. It means they have money, dude, and status. It's that simple. It means they have money and status. So I tell you guys, in today's day and age, you got to have money and status, dude. The whole, like, you know, being an average guy is not going to work anymore. I can't live on base. No base housing on Homestead. RV would be $20K, and I already have a large SUV to tow it. I'll be renting my Vegas house. All right, well, as long as you're bringing spending down. There's no base housing in Homestead? Oh, wow. That's a big-ass Air Force base, too, man. That's stupid. Yeah, just live as cheap as you can, dude. Live as cheap as you can. The price in Homestead's been going up, too, because Florida in general has been going up. So, something to keep in mind. Hold on one second and just. Okay. Hey, Myron, when you get the book, Why Women Deserve Nothing, you should go back to where it started. Okay. And then we got here, Gunsmoke says, can you shout out my beef tallow company website? Beef tallow? I mean, there, they can see it right there. It's on the screen. I got you. Okay. All right. So we covered that. All right. Let's get into some of these Iranian protests. Let's get into some of these Iranian protests, guys. Guys, do me a favor. What are we at here? We're sitting at 1,200 likes. Guys, do me a solid. Smash the like button. If we don't get the likes up, man, I will just get off of YouTube. Like I said before, it doesn't benefit me to be on this godforsaken piece of shit platform. I hate this platform. So smash the like button for me. Okay, let's get to 2,000 likes. We should be at 2,000 likes, no problem.
Overnight, protesters flooding the streets across Iran for the 14th night in a row. Masses gathering in Tehran, inundating the nation's capital.
Because we got what, like 4,000 plus of you guys? So we're destroying Abba and Preach. As usual. Those niggas are never going to live that down.
As far as the eye can see, crowds cheering around this bonfire, dancing around the flames, chanting down.
Now, you guys are probably wondering, why are there these protests? The reason why there's these protests, guys, is because the Iranian dollar has been plummeting in value. It's lost like 50% of its purchasing power. Inflation is through the roof, and it's hurt a lot of the working class people in Iran. So this is why a lot of them are rising up. But you also add in the fact that, like, the Mossad is absolutely fucking involved in this shit, okay? Because we know Israel has a very vested interest in destabilizing Iran. So we have Mossad assets playing a part in it. We know that the U.S. government is also involved in it, right? Let me go ahead and find you guys Mike Pompeo's tweet, which, like, dude, these guys don't even hide shit anymore, bro. It's actually kind of crazy how these guys don't hide anything. He posted this a couple of days ago. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me scroll down here some more for you guys and try to find this shit. Because he made a whole comment about Mossad being involved in the fucking things, dude. It's like, yo, these niggas don't give a fuck, dude. Did they take it down? Let's see. Let's see. People of Iran deserve a representative government that serves their interests, not the mullahs of their cronies. Nigerian Christians. Did he delete his tweet, bro? This fucking guy. There we go. The Iranian regime is in trouble. Let me make this a bit bigger for you guys so you can see. The Iranian regime is in trouble. Bringing in mercenaries is its last hope. Riots in dozens of cities and the Bash under siege. Mashhad, Tehran, Zahedan. Next stop, Baluchistan. 47 years of regime. President 47. Coincidence. Happy New Year to every Iranian in the streets. Also, every Mossad agent walking beside them. Bro, they don't even give a fuck anymore, man. Former director of the CIA, by the way, Mike Pompeo. Also, former Secretary of State. He was one of the main architects in pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal, FYI. Hardcore Zionists, too.
With the dictator blasting the regime over Iran's failing economy and soaring inflation. In this dramatic footage posted on social media, a man with what appears to be a homemade flamethrower sets a motorcyclist on fire. These protesters risking arrest and even death. The government trying to shut them down with a nationwide communications blackout, cutting off the internet, cell service, and phone lines. As a crackdown intensifies, President Trump escalating his warning to the Iranian regime.
Again, I tell the Iranian leaders, you better not start shooting because we'll start shooting too.
They already have. There's been reports of somewhere, I think like 30 people that were killed in the in some of these protests.
Human rights groups say dozens of protesters have been killed and thousands more arrested.
30-something, if I'm not mistaken.
Trump clarifying his threat does not mean U.S. boots on the ground.
We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts.
This morning, Iran responding to those
Translation, bombing them in their nuclear facilities.
threats, warning that if the U.S. were to strike, the U.S. and Israel would be legitimate targets of the Islamic Republic. This comes just 1 week.
I got a guy in the chat crying, says, what's your hate with the Somalis, bro? I don't hate you for the sake of Allah. I love you and I love watching your content. I just don't get it, bro. It's not hating Somalians, bro. I don't like scammers. It just so happens that a lot of scammers are Somalians. There's a big difference, bro. Stop being a low IQ libtard. See, this is a problem with a lot of Muslim Americans. Like, you guys fall for the lib slop. Okay? You guys fall for the lib slop. Like, stop being a fucking retard. If I'm critical of Somalis committing crimes and I call them scammers, does that mean every single Somalian is a fucking scammer? No, dude. Usually there's a little bit of nuance there. There's a little bit of, you know, hyperbole there. There's a little bit of sarcasm there. Obviously, some of it is in jokes. But, like, stop being a bitch to Don One watching the show. Like, don't be a bitch-ass nigga, bro. Clearly, I'm not talking about every single Somalian. And the fact that I even have to clarify that shows that you're low IQ. Like, come on, dude. Do we hate every single Jew? Do we hate every Somalian? Do we hate every Ethiopian? Yes. No, I'm just kidding. The answer is no, dude. But let's be honest here that there are stereotypes. Okay? There are stereotypes. And there's many stereotypes with many different groups of people. Right? So stop being a bitch and getting offended by dumb shit. If it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Why do you get offended? See, and this is the problem when like Muslims adopt like a very liberalist mindset, you know, progressive mindsets in the United States. You niggas become soft and you guys are unable to detect sarcasm or hyperbole or generalities. Like, you guys are just fucking soft. And then you wonder why you're fat, you're out of shape, you're a bitch, women don't like you. You know what I mean? Life is so hard and so depressing. It's because you're fucking soft at the end of the day. Like, bro, if you get offended by me making jokes on Somalis for being scammers, because a lot of them are fucking scammers, it's the truth. Bro, life is way harder than that, bro. Okay? So don't be a bitch-ass nigga, please.
After the U.S. captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and Trump declared the U.S. is running the country. In a New York courtroom on Monday, the ousted leader and his wife pleading not guilty to drug and weapons charges. Maduro telling the judge he was kidnapped in Caracas. Now Trump is warning the U.S.
I mean, he kind of was, bro. Let's just be honest. He kind of was.
U.S. could take similar action against Colombia and is threatening land strikes on drug cartels that he claims are running Mexico. In response, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum tasking her for...
If you're wondering, yeah. Yep. Sheinbaum.
Minister with strengthening coordination with the United States. Trump pressed this week on whether there's any limits to his global powers.
Yeah, there's one thing, my own morality, my own mind. It's the only thing that can stop. I don't need international law. I'm not looking to hurt people.
Bruh.
We're learning from an Israeli official that Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke with Secretary of State Marco Rubio this weekend about what's happening in Iran. And remember, Gio, it was just a couple of weeks ago when Trump met with Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago, where Trump promised that the U.S. would back Israeli strikes on Iran if Iran continues with its nuclear program. Gio.
There's so much to watch around the world. Selena Wang, thank you for your reporting.
Okay. Let's go ahead and look at some of this interview from our boy.
What a nice grouping.
Now, a revolution underway in Iran. Massive protests
Actually,
against...
This was just 3 hours ago. Let's see what he had to say.
This is really nice. Look at this. It's going to be very rough in about 10 minutes, so we'll have to go a little bit quickly. They just said...
I will give Trump credit for this. He does give the press a ridiculous amount of access, answers a lot of questions, off the cuff too, which is why he says so much crazy shit. But I think he enjoys being in the headlines all the time, so he doesn't care.
I'm with the U.S. White House TV pool. I'm wondering, are you being briefed by an option? I'm with CNN, sir.
Why don't you just say I'm with CNN? She says, I'm with the White House pool. And I say, what? You're with CNN. You're with fake news.
Yo, man.
Fatality.
This nigga hates CNN, bro.
CNN is fake news. Go ahead, give me a question.
Can I ask how you're balancing and how you're
That's why she didn't want to say that shit, because he was going to skip her, bro.
deciding your response, the balance between helping protesters versus hindering them? Because I imagine that's a delicate balance to strike.
I mean, some of the protesters were killed through the stampeding. I mean, you know, there's so many of them, and some were shot. But we get a full report. I'm getting an hourly report, and we're going to make a determination.
Sir, the son of the disposed Shah, and some military leaders are encouraging you to take action in Iran. Is that a serious option?
They asked her that someone got shot in Iran. They wanted you to take military options in Iran. Is that serious? Is that real?
I'm looking at it. Yeah, please.
Are you going to go to Venezuela or Secretary Rubio?
doing well. Venezuela is really working out well. We're working along really well with the leadership, and we'll see how it all works out.
Are you going to meet with Delcy to go?
At some point I'll meet. Yeah, she's been very good. Look, she asked us, can we take 50 million barrels of oil? And I said, yes, we can. It's $4.2 billion. And it's on its way right now to the United States.
When will you meet with Machado this week?
Looking for something to grab here, because it's going to get rough, and I don't seem to be in a. I think you did this to me. You put me in a position where there's absolutely nothing to grab. So I'm looking for something to grab, and it's not going to be Caroline.
Have any oil companies made commitments to you, sir? Have any oil companies made commitments to the United States after your meeting on Friday, sir? Have Exxon?
No, I don't want to say. No, I didn't like Exxon's response. You know, we have so many that want it. I'd probably be inclined to keep Exxon out. I didn't like their response. They're playing too cute.
What backstops or guarantees have you told the oil companies that you're willing to provide?
Guarantees that they're going to be safe, that there's going to be no problem, and there won't be. There's not going to be a problem. They had problems in the past because they didn't have Trump as a president. They had stupid people.
You're saying that they win if Cuba makes a deal.
What kind of deal are you looking for from Cuba? What kind of deal are you looking for?
What kind of deal are you looking for with Cuba?
You're going to find out pretty soon. We're talking to Cuba, and you'll find out pretty soon. And one of the things I want taken care of.
Guys, we're sitting at 1,300 likes, but we got fucking like 3,000 you niggas in here. Smash that goddamn like button. We still got quite a bit of news to cover. We're going to cover this, impromptu press conference that he did on Air Force One literally today. We're going to cover, literally it was a few hours ago. We're going to cover the Iranian stuff. We're going to cover the Russian tanker. We're going to cover Forensic Files. We're going to watch an episode of Forensic Files. Actually, I'm really excited for this one. We're going to cover the, deadly delivery with Moody, okay? A guy that sent bombs to a judge is going to be the Fed Reacts part. So we got some good shit that's going to be covering tonight, man. We literally, bro, most diversified show ever. We cover the news, politics, true crime, all that shit.
And one of the groups I want taken care of are the people that came from
So smash the goddamn like button.
Cuba that were forced out or left under duress, and they're great citizens of the United States right now. You have a lot of people forced out of Cuba unfairly, so we're going to take care of, most importantly right now, we're going to take care of the people that came from Cuba that are American citizens or in our country.
Do you plan to seize any oil tankers that are headed to Cuba?
Well, we have a lot of oil people really interested. You saw that the other day. That was just a small group because the room in the White House, we need the ballroom, actually. We could have filled up the ballroom practically. We have so many people that want to go in for oil. So you saw some great companies.
Are you going to send Starlink to Iran, sir, to help the people on the ground with the internet blackout for more than 72 hours?
We're talking about that. We may get the internet going, if that's possible.
Are you talking to Musk
We may speak to Elon, because as you know, he's very good at that kind of thing. He's got a very good company, so we may speak to Elon Musk. And in fact, I'm going to call him as soon as I'm finished with you.
Just quickly, Iran said that they would consider military and commercial bases as legitimate targets if you struck. Are you concerned about...
Okay, they said, and that's actually an important thing, they're going to consider American military bases if we strike Iran, which, by the way, they absolutely have the ability to attack us, okay? So, let me see if I can get this thing on a fucking map. Oh, there's not, bro. Okay, look. Iran is right here, right? Base is right here. God damn it. Let me see if I can find another one for you guys. Here, I'll find it for you guys on the side. Not bore you guys with this bullshit. I'll get a good map for you guys.
Targets they wouldn't believe. If they do that, we will hit them at levels that they've never been hit before. They won't even believe it. I have options that are so strong.
Yeah, obviously have a lot of options that are strong, but soldiers will die. That's the problem. Like, we don't want to have to retaliate after soldiers are killed for a war that, quite frankly, isn't going to benefit us. It's going to benefit the Jews, benefit Israel.
So, I mean, if they did that, it'll be met with a very, very powerful force.
I think Iran takes their threats seriously.
I think so. Don't you think so, CNN? Don't you think so? Wouldn't you say that they probably do at this point? After going through it for years with me, being hit, Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, the Iran nuclear threat wiped out, don't you think, and then you just had Venezuela, don't you think, she says, CNN, do you think they take your threat seriously? Wouldn't you say they do after all of the things we've done? What a stupid question.
Are you coordinating with allies on the response to Iran?
Mr. President, when will you meet with Maria Corina Machado this week?
I don't know. I hear Tuesday or Wednesday. I look forward to that.
Have you named your board of peace for Gaza yet? Where do those plans
We have a
stand?
board of peace that's being formed, but essentially it's the most important leaders of the most important.
So here are all the bases all across the Middle East, right? So you guys can see here, there's not much that separates Iran and a lot of these bases, okay? And keep in mind that these guys have hypersonic missiles. The Iranians have hypersonic missiles that we can't shoot down, okay? Very dangerous.
Important nations. All nations, but the most important, you take the most important leaders and nations, that's who the board of peace is going to be. Everybody wants to be on it.
One group taking your threat seriously is one area taking your threat, the New York Post.
New York Post treats me semi-fairly. So
Yo, I love how he loves to see who the questioner is, and then he'll like kind of give his take on that news organization, then he answers the question, bro. That's just fucking comedy, man. No other president has ever done this. I'll tell you guys this. Trump is by far the most entertaining president of all time because he gives zero fucks. Bro says reckless shit all the time, but gives zero fucks. It's funny. Smash the like button, guys. We're sitting at 1,500 likes. We should be at fucking 3,000 easy, or 2,500 at least. Sitting at only 1,582. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. Okay, we got Devon says, yo, Myron, question on the Iran conflict. How much do you think that will impact the U.S. if the regime falls? It will impact us a lot. It will impact us a lot. I think if Iran kills our soldiers, it'd be really bad for them. The retaliation they would face would be a bad thing for the entire world. Yeah, it would kick off a potential nuclear warfare, my friend, which is not good for anybody. I'm Myron. Join OSS on Friday. How else can I support you more? Join OSS 300 if you are a successful individual making 6 figures a year or more. We want a bunch of people in there that got their shit together. Other than that, man, you can just donate here on OSS or on Rumble, on the Rumble rants, whichever one you prefer. Proof of the clan cleanse. Okay. You think a month and a half to learn determining citizenship alpha fourth. What? Yeah, a month and a half is enough time to learn that shit. You just can't be a retard. Did they mess with your Airbnb account when you mess with them? I'm curious. I don't have an Airbnb account, but they will fuck with your shit if they find out. So I'm telling you, bro, you got to be smart, dude. Like, you think, oh, let me just use an anon account and I'll be safe. No, nigga, you're going to get your shit fucked up. Like, yo, do not go into this battle if you're not ready. Leave it to me, dude. Just leave it to me. I don't want you guys getting your lives ruined trying to be me. Ibrahim says, yo, I just noticed all the J-Focus merch is off the store. Any chance we'll see it back? Yes. What's it called? They fucking had to, we're going to make another store for that stuff. The orange marks are fires. Myron, do you own dividend stocks? And if so, you do, which ones? I basically have an ETF that tracks the S&P 500 and the S&P 500 and then the total stock market. And then I also have, and I just reinvest all the dividends, bro. I just reinvest all the dividends. I don't fucking take any of the profits. I think if Iran kills our soldiers, oh yeah, okay, we got that one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but the problem is that we don't want our soldiers to die, is my point. For no reason.
Group taking your threats very seriously is Greenland. Are you still thinking of military action there, or is there anything they can...
Where?
Greenland. Greenland. Is there anything they can offer you for a deal?
If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will. And I'm...
Huh. Smash the like button, guys, and I'll explain to you everything that we got going on with Greenland, China, Venezuela, because all of this ties in, by the way, guys. And it's crazy to me how more American geopolitical analysts are not talking about it. Well, they're obviously not talking about it for certain reasons. But smash the fucking like button. Let's get to 3,000 likes. We get to 3,000 likes. I'll explain this shit to you guys from Venezuela to China to everything else because this shit is a lot more complex than you guys think. Way more complex.
I'm not letting that happen. If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will take Greenland, and I am not going to let that happen.
Deal they can offer you? You're like,
yeah, sure. I'd love to make a deal with them. It's easier. But one way or the other, we're going to have Greenland.
Are you okay if that
Oh, man.
compromises NATO?
Niggas say this shit right to the press, doesn't give a fuck.
NATO effectively ceases to exist in order.
I'm the one that saved NATO. I'm the one that got them to pay 5% of GDP. Wait a minute. It was 2%, and they didn't pay. Now they're paying 5%. I'm the one that saved NATO. You wouldn't have NATO if I weren't president.
Would you pull the U.S. out of NATO? Would you consider doing that?
Well, maybe NATO would be upset if I did it. Maybe NATO would save a lot of money. I like NATO. I just wonder whether or not if we needed NATO, would they be there for us? I'm not sure they would. You know, we spend a lot of money on NATO, and I'm not sure they would.
But what would you say
Now, what's happened is, as you know, Sleepy Joe Biden gave $350 billion to Ukraine and got nothing for it. I got rare earth back. I got, I think, value back far greater than that, and that's what he should have done. Now, if you look at what's going on with respect to NATO, we have a very good relationship. 5% GDP, and they pay us. We send them military equipment, and they pay us back the full cost of the equipment. The war is, we make money with the war, but I don't even want to talk about that. I want to save the lives. They're Russian and Ukrainian lives. I want to save the lives. That's the only reason I'm doing it. This is Biden's war. Should have never happened. Would have never happened if I were president. This is Biden's war. It's not Trump's war. All I can do is stop it. And I think we're making progress toward stopping it, which would be number 9 1/4. You know what the quarter is, right? Right? Thailand and Cambodia went at it again, but I got to stop very quickly. I consider that 1/4 of a war.
When was the last time have you made a tangible offer to Greenland yet? Have you made an actual offer to Denmark?
I haven't done that, but Greenland should make the deal because Greenland does not want to see Russia or China take over. They don't go there. It's very far away from Greenland. And Greenland, basically, their defense is 2 dog sleds. Do you know that? You know what their defense is? 2 dog sleds. In the meantime, you have Russian destroyers and submarines and China destroyers and submarines all over the place. We're not going to let that happen. And if it affects NATO, then it affects NATO. But, you know, they need us much more than we need them. I will tell you that right now. That's a war that should have never happened with Ukraine.
Yeah, see, the difference is with the Chinese, you know, and I'm going to talk about this when I go into explain this to you guys. The Chinese win influence with building infrastructure. We win influence by destabilizing coups, intelligence operations, show of force, military strength, sanctioning, kicking them off swift. And quite frankly, it's starting to hurt us. And I'll talk about this in a little bit more detail. Let's get to 3,000 likes, goddammit. And I'll cover it. If not, I'm going to cut to OSS and just do it over there. Give you guys a deep dive analysis on this stuff. Because you guys need to understand what the fuck is going on in the world nowadays.
UK and Germany are discussing plans for a joint NATO mission to protect Arctic security in Greenland. Does that change your calculus at all?
No, look, we're talking about acquiring, not leasing, not having it short term. We're talking about acquiring. And if we don't do it, Russia or China will, and that's not going to happen when I'm president.
Are you going to increase the amount of military bases on Greenland in the meantime?
Well, we have bases on Greenland. Yeah.
Are you going to do more?
We put a lot of soldiers there right now if I want, but you need more than that. You need ownership. You really need title, as they say in the Rose Papers.
You're on Minneapolis. Your administration has advocated for absolute immunity for the ICE officer who shot Khamenei good. How do you define absolute immunity?
Okay, this is now we're on to the ICE situation with the guy that shot that woman in Minneapolis, you guys know.
What does that mean?
Everyone's seen it, and the woman was very violent. She's a very radical person. Very sad what happened. Her friend was very radical. You know, go or drive.
Well, her wife.
Is there absolute immunity? How would you define that?
Well, I'm going to let the people define it. But immunity, you know what immunity means as well as I do.
So that officer should be back on the force?
People can't be treating law enforcement that way, whether it's ICE or Border Patrol or our police and men and women. You can't do that. We have, you know, the law enforcement in our country is doing really well, despite the fact that Sleepy Joe Biden allowed people to pour
I love how he just keeps calling him Sleepy Joe Biden.
Through an open border. Crime stats just came out. We have the best crime stats on record, despite all the criminals he allowed into our country. We've gotten a lot of them out. We have to respect our law enforcement. At a very minimum, that woman was very, very disrespectful to law enforcement. And you heard the same noises. You saw the same crunch that I saw. You can't do that with law enforcement, whether it's police or ICE or Border Patrol or anybody else.
When it comes to ICE officials, though, Mr. President, well, just to clarify on the absolute immunity.
And you guys already know, I gave you guys my take on this shit. It's a clean shoot all day. Anyone that doesn't understand that that was a clean shoot is 50 IQ. Okay? I've talked about this in detail, but I'll quickly go through it. When it comes to use of force in the United States, okay, self-defense, all that other shit, it comes down to a couple of different things. Reasonableness, proportionality, right? And was it an imminence, right? All three of those requirements were met. Number one, imminence of serious bodily injury. Absolutely. Our car was coming at him at damn near full speed. Boom. Was it reasonable to pull out a gun and shoot at someone coming at you with a deadly weapon, which is a fucking vehicle? Yes. Okay? A reasonable person would respond in that way. He's getting hit with deadly force. He responds with deadly force. Self-defense. Right? So, it is justified, bro. It's absolutely justified. I made a whole tweet about this, actually. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys real fast. And the fact that, like, so many people got so butthurt about it and mad, like, just goes to show how dumb people really are and how people don't understand use of force as well. Right? That's why most people can never be police officers. This is what happens, guys, when you don't take action. Okay? Viewer discretion advised, I'm going to show you guys. This is what happens when you don't take action. Here's a woman, police officer, from Baltimore Police Department, okay, giving lawful commands.
As the Jeep continued to advance, Officer Caprio got off one shot. WJZ won't show the rest, but...
That's what happens is she died, okay? Motherfuckers think shit is sweet, man, being a police officer. It's an extremely dangerous job, okay? You got to make split-second decisions based on a bunch of stuff. So I made that tweet right here. Cliche bias, why? Eminence, proportionality, reasonableness. Number one, proportionate, yes. Eminence, yes. Reasonableness, yes. Okay? She tried to run him over with a fucking car. All right, and then the other thing, too, also, this is, I didn't even see the other angle. The other angle, you clearly see him get struck by her. And they gave her lawful commands. Get out the car. She didn't comply with the commands. Once you don't comply with the commands, it's all over from there, bro. And the fact that I even have to argue this shit with progressives tells me how stupid most Americans really are. Absolute fucking idiots. And honestly, that should scare all of you guys. Because if you defend yourself, if someone tries to run you over with a car and you try to defend yourself, people are going to sit there and say you should go to fucking jail. That should scare the rest of you. If they want this guy to go to jail for shooting into a vehicle that was coming at him, what the fuck do you think is going to happen to you? Huh? Niggas say dumb shit like, oh, well, he should have jumped out the way. Yeah, he tried. Next thing you know, yo, they pull out the gun like, yo, just like get out of the way of the bullets, bro. Oh, he's trying to stab you. Get out of the way of the knife, bro. You didn't have to shoot him, bro. That is the fucking retarded logic that these idiots have. People come at you with a fucking dangerous weapon and they say, you need to get out the way, bro. They don't put any accountability on the fucking aggressor. They put accountability on the reactor. Incredible. Incredible. And this is the new America that we're in. So this should scare all of you, whether you like law enforcement or not. You can find yourself in a situation like this where someone tries to run you over, you pull out a gun, you fucking shoot them, now you go to jail. Because motherfuckers want to sit there and tell you, oh, bro, just jump out the way, dude. Just jump out the way. Hey, dude, he came at you with a knife. Just get out the way. Did you have to use your gun? Get out the way. I know he pulled out a rifle and everything, and there's a fucking red dot on it, but just get out the way, dude. That's where we're slow. That's where we're quickly going.
Do you believe ICE officers should have...
And keep in mind, these retards don't even want you to have a gun in the first place. FYI. These progressives don't even want you to have a gun in the fucking first place. And they want to sit there and tell you how you can use it. Bruh.
Welcome. Punch.
Absolutely retarded. Someone said the cops arrested him, though. What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody arrested him, dude. Yo, this Shadow Realm Graper, nigga, get out of here, bro. You're an idiot, dude. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
You stupid.
Send this nigga to Shadow Realm. Enjoy the Shadow Realm in your name, nigga. Fucking idiot. Bro, I hate stupid people, bro. Get the fuck out of my chat, man. Nigga retarded, bro. This isn't me. This is their audio.
Institutions, they're the criminally insane. They're people from prisons. They were allowed to come. Horrible people every day.
This is their audio. I want to see what he has to say here, though.
Generally speaking,
All right.
I mean, these people have been harassed and threatened every day. They had bands out playing so they couldn't sleep in the hotel. I see what they're doing to them. They're threatening them constantly. And all they're doing is doing what I got elected on. We had millions of people that came into our country that are horrible people that shouldn't be in our country. They're murderers, they're drug dealers, they're people from mental institutions, they're the criminally insane, they're people from prisons. They were allowed to come into our country because Biden was a stupid person, and the people surrounding him, very smart, very vicious, but they have no common sense, and they're radicalized people. They're radical left people, not radical right. They're radical left people. And all they're doing is what I campaigned on. I won in a landslide. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote. We won the districts. We won everything. We won the counties. We won the counties by 79%, I believe. I campaigned on the Great Border, and now we have a Great Border. But Biden let 25 million people come into this country, and many of those people are criminals, including 11,888 murderers, and we want them out. And I won on that. Now people don't talk about it because the border is so secure. Nobody wants to talk about it anymore. The border was one of the reasons I won the election. I've done 6.
I will give him credit that he did definitely stop the illegal entries that went down significantly, which is why they're not going to have as many deportations, because deporting people from the interior of the United States is significantly harder than deporting people from the southwest border, because they come in, you just send them back, easy stat. But finding people, locating them, apprehending them, and then doing raids and everything else like that, that's way harder to do. That's why I give Trump a lot of credit when it comes to this interior enforcement that he's been doing. He's been doing a lot of good work when it comes to the interior enforcement. A lot of people don't like hearing that, but that's the truth. So, and no president has ever done this because it's so divisive and creates so many issues. I mean, look at all the idiots rioting in Minneapolis, right? Because of this situation. So it's not easy, man. It's definitely not easy. Creates a lot of political strife. But this is what people voted for. So this dumbass lady that was impeding the cops, by the way, which is what she was doing. She was absolutely impeding the police officers, blocking the road and everything else like that. And then they told her, get out the car, because she committed a felony, by the way, 18 U.S.C. 111, right? She didn't comply and they shot her. She tried to run an ICE agent over. It's a fucking open shut, dude. Open shut. And I'm glad that the administration is standing behind the federal agent's back, because they're trying to fucking crucify him for doing his job. 100% clean shoot. And any firearms person, any tactical person, anyone that is former military, police, etc., will tell you, 99% of them are going to tell you, 95% of them are going to tell you it's a clean shoot. Only the cucks that are trying to get a political, job at CNN or trying to fucking kiss ass or whatever. But dude, anybody with any type of tactical experience will tell you a car is a deadly weapon and they shoot at that bitch. Come on, man.
It's a good job on it, but nobody wants to talk about it anymore. The border is totally secure. And now the crime stats...
More secure for sure than before. I will give him credit. I would give him credit there. Someone said, was Babbitt's execution justified? Same BS, was in danger, my ass. Yeah, this Sabata nigga on Rumble is a retard. Yeah, dude, Babbitt was unarmed. Okay? Being unarmed and having some woman come at you in the Capitol building versus having a car come at you are not analogous whatsoever. And this goes to show how 50 IQ you are. You're probably you're a fucking idiot. Yo, why am I getting retards in a Rumble chat? This nigga's a stupid fuck, man. This nigga really is retarded, this Sabata guy. You're seriously trying to compare Ashley Babbitt's murder to this fucking guy that got hit by a fucking car, you retard? You're a fucking dumbass. That's why I hate progressives, man. You niggas are so retarded. If it was up to you guys, no one would have guns, no one would be able to defend themselves. We just have to fucking take getting assaulted. We have to take getting robbed. We have to take not protecting our property. This is why you bitch-ass niggas, bro, you guys should never be in power, bro. Holy shit, man. What a dumbass. What a fucking dumbass. Oh my God, bro. Damn, man, you niggas are retarded. Bro, I want to send your dumb ass to the shadow room so bad, but we need to let your monkey ass say the dumb shit that you do so we can expose you. Fucking dumbass progressive in my chat saying some retard shit about Ashley Babbitt. What about that? You guys complained about Ashley Babbitt. The reason why the Ashley Babbitt thing was completely different is because the Capitol building, okay, they were in the Capitol building. She was not a threat. Nigga shot her through the door. Are you stupid? You fucking dumbass? She wasn't in a car about to run him over, retard. Damn, you're an idiot. Fuck.
Came him out.
How about you get the facts of the case right before you come in here on some dumb shit, you stupid ass nigga? Like, what? Damn, bro. See, this is like the same argument a dumbass Hassan Piker tried to make. Well, Charlie Kirk got shot. Well, hold on. Charlie Kirk and this good woman are not the same whatsoever. Charlie Kirk was doing a debate on a college campus, okay, talking with progressives. This dumbass bitch was blocking off law enforcement from doing a lawful operation. They're not the same whatsoever. But you stupid ass progressives always try to sit there and compare a Charlie Kirk to one of your dumbass leftist martyrs that do dumb shit and get shot. Are you stupid? Ashley Bible is behind the door. It's a fucking little ass female. That is not a reasonable shoot at all, dumbass. Such a retard, man. Damn, I hate stupid people. Oh, man. Bro, you niggas better pray I never get some type of power in America. Bro, IQ test day 1. IQ test day fucking 1, bro. Day 1. You score under 100, nigga, you're gonna be a slave. Or you're gonna get deported. One of the two. One of the two. You fucking knuckle dragging, 50 IQ, retarded, window licking, dumb fucks, Abba and Preach fan ass niggas. Bro, we're gonna make slavery great again. God fucking damn, bro. Shit. Fucking hate idiots, man. I hate idiots. Like, you guys are the fucking worst. How you so dumb in 2026 when information's out there for free? Niggas got ChatGPT, but still got 20 IQ, man. Like, have you ever thought about, like, Googling some shit before you sit in a dumbass fucking chat like that, you fucking retard? God damn. Hate idiots, bro. I fucking hate idiots.
And they're the best numbers since they were taken, and that's like 50 years ago.
And then we got some dumbass nigga in here saying Myron's so emotional. Get the fuck out of my chat, nigga. How about this? You have fun in the shadow realm.
Looks like you're going to the shadow realm, Jimbo.
Get the fuck up out of here, you bitch ass nigga. Nobody gives a fuck what you gotta say. Myron's so emotional. Shut the fuck up, because I hate retards like you. Enjoy the shadow realm, nigga. Now you in Tool World. Stupid fuck. God damn, man. And then this dumbass nigga over here on some bullshit too. You enjoy, you know what? You can enjoy the shadow realm too, bro. Get the fuck up out of here, nigga. Enjoy the shadow realm. Make Israel great again, my ass. Fuck out my shit, man.
We have the best crime numbers, despite the fact that a lot of...
Bro, I don't got time for you fucking ass clowns, dude. I really don't.
Fatality.
I'm just hitting you niggas with the Shao Kahn. Like, I really don't got time for you fucking ass clown niggas no more, bro. You niggas are just getting sent to the shadow realm. Lots of y'all niggas are over there. Like, bro, it's Mortal Kombat in this bitch.
Fatality.
Niggas want me to sit there and go back and forth with them like we're equal. No, man, enjoy the shadow realm, bro.
Criminals were allowed into our country. We have to respect our law enforcement.
Do you believe that deadly force was necessary after watching all the footage of the days that passed? What's your assessment there?
It was highly disrespectful of law enforcement. The woman and her friend were highly disrespectful of law enforcement. You saw that. They were harassing, they were following for days and for hours. And I think, frankly, they're professional agitators. And I'd like to find out, and we are going to...
I got a dumbass in the chat. Myron, other cops have agreed that he put himself in danger by filming and circling the vehicle and stopping in front. Hey, retard! As soon as you put the vest on, you go outside with your fucking gun on, you're always going to be in danger, dumb fuck. Okay? He had a right to be there, stupid fuck. He was documenting the car. Did he know that she was going to fucking hit the fucking gas to come at him? No. There's always inherent danger in the job. You try to mitigate the risk as much as you can, but being a law enforcement, this is what happens. Niggas do crazy shit. And he responded accordingly. Who gives a fuck what the other people say? They're operating on 20/20 hindsight. And guess what, stupid monkey fuck? 20/20 hindsight doesn't matter when it comes to use of force. Thank fucking God. Because we got stupid motherfuckers like you that want to sit there and give your advice and give your tactical expertise when you have no tactical expertise. Your bitch ass fucking goes, oh, you gasp when niggas call your name at Starbucks for your fag latte. Shut the fuck up. Nigga's name is your name is here. You know what? Your name is in the fucking shadow realm. Enjoy, motherfucker.
Looks like you're going to the shadow realm, Jimbo.
How about that one, dumbass? Bro, niggas trying to give in their tactical fucking input as if they've ever shot a gun before, ever been in a life and danger situation, life or death situation. A lot of you niggas are bitches. You niggas play Resident Evil and get shocked when the fucking zombie pops out the fucking wall. You want to tell us how to fucking use a gun. Shut the fuck up, man. Bitch ass niggas are scared to play Silent Hill 2 by themselves, but want to tell you how to fucking use a gun. Get the fuck up out of here, man. Bunch of bitch ass niggas in the chat. Some of you bitch ass niggas can't even watch Forensic Files by yourself at your home without fucking checking the door. Oh shit. Niggas watch a serial killer documentary, get nervous. Oh shit. But they want to sit there and tell you, oh well, actually this shooting wasn't reasonable because XYZ. Shut the fuck up, man. Bunch of bitch ass nigga never been punched in the face, never had a confrontation, never went hands on with someone, never been in the military. You dumbass retards want to tell us, oh bro, shooting isn't good, man. Let's just get out the way. He didn't put himself in a safe position. Nigga, the job isn't safe. Fuck you talking about? Why don't they carry guns then? Why do they carry batons? Huh? Why they got a vest on, dumbass? You can mitigate the risk so much. Damn. These motherfuckers talking about, well, you know, other law enforcement guys said that it wasn't really smart for him to be in front of the car. No, he was documenting the situation, retard. Did he know that she was going to just put in a fucking drive and come at him? No, clearly not. That's why he got hit. He got out the way, but he still got hit. And he shot that bitch. Holy fuck. Some dumbass nigga said this is a bias take from Myron. How about this one? This is a bias take from the Shadowrun dumbass nigga. How about that one? You fucking bitch. Get out my shit, man. Enjoy. Nigga's name is Assyria 333 forever. How about that one? Assyria don't exist.
To find out who's paying for it. With their brand new signs and all the different things. But these are professional.
And the funny part is you bitch ass niggas are gonna complain and make another account and come back. So I don't give a fuck. Enjoy, bitch. Nigga called himself Assyria 333. Well, guess what? You and Assyria don't exist now. Fuck out of here, man. Niggas think I got time with you bitch ass retards. You guys are 50 IQ, man.
Agitators, and law enforcement should not be in a position where they have to put up with this stuff. What that woman and what her friend and what their other friends were doing to law enforcement, not just ICE, law enforcement is outrageous. I'm going to be making a trip to Detroit to talk about our unbelievable amount of factories that are opening up all over the country, many of which are car factories and car plants. We have manufacturing plants opening up at levels that nobody's ever seen before because of tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, you wouldn't have them opening, although they were very happy with the November 5th election. But we have, from Canada they're coming, from Mexico they're coming, from Germany, from Japan, from all over Europe, and from Japan, other places, and from China. They're opening up car factories, car manufacturing plants at levels that we've never seen before. So I'm going to Detroit because they're going to be opening up plants in Detroit or redoing plants, but they're really ripping down old plants and building new. We're the hottest country right now anywhere in the world. I mean, think of it. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Mr. President, the House was for your extension of the ACA into the Senate. If it passed the Senate, would you veto it or allow it?
I might, yeah.
Sir, do you have any information about the suspicious object that was found at Long Beach International Airport before takeoff?
I know nothing about it.
Okay, and back on Iran, the Ayatollah said that he thinks that the protesters are trying to, quote, please you. Do you see it that way? What's your message to the Iranian people?
I don't know that they're trying to please me. They named a boulevard after me, but that's pretty pleasing. But I don't think they're trying to please. I think they just want peace. They want to have freedom. The protesters are after freedom. Iran has not allowed freedom for a long time. And the protesters, I don't think they're trying to please me. They're trying to get somebody to help them. They're under siege. And now it looks like they're being shot, which is a very bad thing. Yeah.
What's the message to them?
Yeah. You're going to find out pretty soon.
You said that help is out.
Yeah, go ahead. With the beautiful red hair.
All right.
I've seen pieces of it. It's incredible, I tell you. I think it's going to do, you know, she did a book, and the book was a big #1 bestseller, and this is a movie, and it seems to be captivating a lot of people's attention. It's very good. Because here we go again. Yeah, it's going to be doing the premiere at the Trump Kennedy Center. It'll be very exciting. It's a very hard ticket, I can tell you. Everybody, Wayne Gretzky and his wife Janet, beautiful wife, great wife. They said last night, gee, I want to go to everybody wants tickets to the premiere. I think it's going to be great.
They banned me on Instagram.
Timing on the mortgage bond purchases you announced last week.
On the what? Mortgage?
Mortgage bond purchases by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac.
No, they're already doing it. They've started. Yeah, they started the process. And it's having a great impact. Interest rates are falling very rapidly. Not only for that reason, for other reasons too, but interest rates are falling very rapidly. With no help from the Fed, because we have a total stiff in the Fed.
All right, chats are piling up. Let me read some of these real quick. We got here, the Jays want Greenland, same with Venezuela, same big Xiaos are tied with certain oil gas companies. Yes. Mr. Fatstein, love him or hate him, Trump is the most entertaining president. Agreed. Outside logic, honestly, I don't care how we do it, but America has to remain. Okay. Russell Viking, and then he takes my country, Iceland. Trump can't stand straight that Henny got him. Okay. Well, they're on a plane and it's getting turbulence. If I hit a cop with my car, I deserve to be shot. It's called accountability for my actions. Yep, outside logic. Alejandro says, Myron, my brother is currently stationed on Guantanamo Bay. Said he got a glimpse of Maduro when he was taken. They probably stopped there first, yeah. But he's in New York now. Greenland has oil. It hasn't been funded yet because Denmark is weak like the windmills. That's not why they want Greenland. They don't want the oil. They want the precious metals. There's a certain metal that they want that that is imperative for the F-16 fighter jets. That doesn't overheat. That is why they want Greenland, my friends. Obviously, they're not going to say that. I'm going to get the name of the metal for you guys. Okay. But yeah, they're looking for a precious metal that's imperative for F-16 fighter jets. Let's see here. Outside logic. Was the dog okay? She had the dog in a car. I think the dog is fine. The vehicle's a deadly weapon and law enforcement are supposed to go above level force. Exactly. Most civilians would have shot her if they had a gun and she did the same thing to them. It's clearly self-defense. Absolutely. I'm telling you, bro, we're progressives, like if it was up to progressives, you can't have a gun, you can't defend yourself. These niggas are retarded, bro. Most civilians would have shot her if they had a gun and she did the same thing. Also, guys, we got what? Let me look here. We got 1,900 likes. Okay. If we hit 3,000, I'm going to give you guys 17 minutes. If we hit the 3-hour mark and we're not at 3,000 likes, I am going to get off of YouTube and jump and go to OSS only. You guys are on notice. 16 minutes. We've been on for two hours and 44 minutes pretty much. You guys got 16 minutes to get us to 3,000 likes on YouTube. Even that is, I gave you out 3 hours of free content. We still got to cover a lot though. You guys are getting a longer show today. Okay. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Outside, Rumble, Kick, JTube, not OSS. That's why they say the shit they say. Yeah, we got a lot of idiots in the Rumble chat too. And on the YouTube chat. But hey, that's good. We got a lot of people that are new here, clearly, which is cool. It's fine. Right? We gotta fucking educate the retards, but it's all good. I'll find the number of the. I'll get the name of the medal for you guys here in a second. Let me read these chats. Clan Jim Crow, Shadow Realm, these libtards, they are literally poison pill to society and are literally like women to go based off emotions. Got to destroy feminine men, makes me sick. Yeah, they're idiots. They're Abba and Preach fans, bro. We got a lot of Abba and Preach fans in here. I guess we stole their market share because Abba and Preach give brain dead takes. So niggas got to come in here to get the real nigga takes. When you become president, can you put prisoners to work on the farms with armed soldiers attending? Probably. Do the baddies get a break on the IQ test, or are you deporting them too? Only if they're in the kitchen. Then we'll let them stay. Do you have any thoughts on James Fishback, who's running governor of Florida? He has a lot of the correct talking points, but I'm suspicious of his links to Barry Weiss, a literal Israeli spy, and Peter Thiel. I'm not a fan. I don't like what he said about us. He said some very condescending comments about like our viewers not having high IQ or some shit like that. I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. So I'm good. I appreciate you sending people to the Shadow Realm. Not many streamers out here call low IQ. Yeah, bro, I got to call out idiots in my chat. This is to help broke retards pay for their trip to the Shadow Realm. Thank you, Kinetic. Raptor, keep educating people. Enjoy your content. Keep bringing people to reality. Appreciate that. T-Fred, matching Kinetic for the Shadow Realm fund. Appreciate that. And someone could put in the chat. But yeah, he made some comments that I really didn't like, bro. Like, it was a very backhanded compliment. Not even a compliment. It was a backhanded insult about like our viewership being like stupid or some shit like that. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm not fucking with this nigga. Myron, is it not Somali Mayor Fry fault this happened because he blocked police from working with ICE? That's a part of it. That's a part of it. But you got to understand that there's a toxic progressive cult over there in Minneapolis that think that they could just oppose ICE and not give a fuck. Tishi Josh would love to take some of these dumbass liberals to work in Angola for a week. Gianni Marin says, a couple earlier, the same cop actually got dragged by a car in a similar situation. Yes. Yes, and dumbass Abba preached on and made their case stronger, which is retarded. If anything, that ICE guy getting dragged in a former enforcement operation actually validates his use of force even more so, and people are stupid. But it is what it is. Bro, your comedy is the best. You curb my depression. Keep roasting these niggas. I laugh more here than any Andrew Schultz shit. Yeah, Andrew Schultz isn't funny. Andrew Schultz is not funny. All these comedians that I beef with are not funny. Andrew Schultz, Akash, they're not funny. They're pussies. What's your favorite Pokemon? Probably Mewtwo. Hey, Myron, have you considered getting some mods to help with these stupid-ass people's comments, not eat up some of your awesome content? We got mods, but I just haven't, I don't think we have enough on all, because I stream everywhere, so I got to put more mods on each platform. Your Myron, another note, what do you think of the goofball Mamdani putting EMT to be the head of the NYCFDNY? Well, you guys voted for it. Enjoy, niggas. Enjoy. New York City, I've been told y'all New York City's trash. I've been telling you guys for years that New York City's trash. Leave big booty Latinas alone. Oh, it says Vasquez. Joe says, for anyone that doesn't think this is a good shoot, tell them to stand in front of your car, and if they can't jump out of the way, their fault. Yeah, exactly, bro. Jesus the Kid, did you see Tucker had him on and he's fully endorsed him? Also, seems like he's trying to take over the American Person move from Nick without ever receiving his endorsement. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. I just mind my fucking business, bro.
Yeah. Well, then they're in violation of the law. Very severe things. No, I want a cap on credit card interest rates because, you know, some of them are 28, almost 30%. And people don't know they're paying 30%. The people out there, you know, they're working, and they have no idea that they're paying 30%. No way. We're putting a one-year cap at 10%, and that's it. They know it. They've really abused the public. The credit card companies have totally abused it. I'm not going to let it happen.
Do you sense any willingness from Iran to engage diplomatically with you, or perhaps negotiate on nuclear program?
With Iran?
Yeah, do you think they want to engage diplomatically with you?
They do. They called
you?
Yesterday.
Is it still an option?
Iran called to negotiate.
Yesterday.
The leaders of Iran called. They want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States. Iran wants to negotiate, yes. We may meet with them.
Well, we're not going to negotiate because the Israelis control our fucking foreign policy, and they don't want any type of diplomacy. We understand this when we tried to do a nuclear deal with them back in 2015, and we pulled out because the Zionist lobby started fucking bitching and moaning hardcore. Okay? We could have had a denuclearized Iran years ago, but we didn't do it. We could have got oil for a cheaper price, and not have them sanctioned to hell, have good relations. But the Zionist lobby doesn't want that because to them, they look at it like Iran gets stronger and they're going to go ahead and back all these terrorist organizations that hate them. So they couldn't have that.
Meeting is being set up, but we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting. But a meeting is being set up. Iran called. They want to negotiate. Thank you very much, everybody. Be careful. A lot of bumps.
What's your plan for East Potomac? Are you going to renovate the golf course?
Yeah, we're going to make it a beautiful world-class U.S. Open.
All right, let's get into the interview with our guy. Now we've been talking quite a bit with Iran. Let's talk and the protests. Let's see what the exiled Shah has to say.
Welcome back. Now, a revolution underway in Iran. Massive protests against Ayatollah Khamenei and its brutal regime are persisting in Iran.
Just so you guys know, we're at 2,100 likes. You guys got 10 minutes, or else I'm cutting off.
Iranian citizens take to the streets over its failed economy.
3 Digleg says, do you think Tate and others don't want to collab with you anymore because of your J manager? No, that's not it, dude. That's not it. What are you going to talk about? The India Dami Marlon dating situation is currently trending. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not too familiar with it, to be honest with you. And just so you guys know, when you guys send in super chats, if it's only $1 and you're using that website, it's not going to show up on screen. It's got to be 5 or more. It's not going to show on screen. I'm reading these kind of as a courtesy, but yeah, no, it has nothing to do with Gary, bro. Has absolutely nothing to do with Gary.
And skyrocketing inflation, up 50%. Food prices surging more than 70%. President Trump has warned Khamenei there will be severe consequences if protesters are killed. But the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Iran is threatening to strike U.S. military bases in the Middle East if the U.S. tries to take down the Iranian regime. Here's the president on Friday.
Iran's in big trouble. It looks to me that the people are taking over certain cities that nobody thought were really possible. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts.
As protesters ramped up on Thursday, the Ayatollah dug in by cutting all internet service and international calls inside the country. The internet has been out for 60 hours so far, with Iranian officials also trying to jam up Elon Musk's Skylink to further isolate the country. As protesters have heeded the call from my next guest, the exiled Crown Prince of Iran, His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi, called on the people to mobilize and take to the streets against the authoritarian government. Demonstrators calling for Pahlavi to return and to lead Iran. Pahlavi's father, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, was Shah of Iran from 1941 until 1979, overseeing key modernization initiatives in the country with close ties to both the United States and to Israel, until the extremists and the terrorists overwhelmed the monarchy, forcing the Shah and his wife, Empress Farah Pahlavi, to flee. And the Ayatollah.
And just so you guys know, we are the ones that started this instability in Iran. There was a guy named Mohammed Mossadegh. Let me show you guys real quick with Iranian history. So you got Operation Ajax, okay. This is 1953. Prime Minister of Iran, Mohammed Mossadegh, was overthrown by a coup orchestrated by the U.S. and the UK. Israel was also involved in this as well, and we destabilized them. And this led to the rise of the Shah, okay, who was a puppet government, and that led to the Iranian Revolution. So basically, we are the ones that are responsible ever since 1953 with changing the course of Iranian history. But no one ever talks about Operation Ajax. They just talk about the Shah and how he got put into power and then he got taken out of power. But they don't talk about why he got taken out of power. Because put into power by the West.
To return from exile. Iran then shifted overnight from a U.S. allied monarchy to an anti-Western Islamic regime, soon to become the largest state sponsor of terrorism, funding Hezbollah and Hamas, among other groups. President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio posting this weekend on social media that the U.S. stands with the people of Iran, with the president writing this is not the Obama administration when it comes to standing up to the Iranian Ayatollah and his religious Nazi henchmen, and standing behind the people of Iran protesting.
Of course, Lindsey Graham would say this. Hardcore Zionist paid by the Zio lobby. He has a vested interest in telling y'all this shit. We got here Larry Silverstein, A post. God. Martin, how do you feel about James Fishback? I already answered this. Are you able to interrogate him with your Fed skills about working with Zio Barry Weiss? I'm good, bro. I don't really have an interest in talking to him. I'm good.
For a better life. The president retweeted that tweet from Lindsey Graham, who will be joining me momentarily. To the regime leadership, Graham wrote, your brutality against the great people of Iran will not go unchallenged. Join me now in his Sunday Morning Futures exclusive. In the middle of these calls to return to power and free the people is His Royal Highness, the exiled Crown Prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi. Your Highness, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Good morning, Maria.
We have seen other times when the people have risen up, but it feels different this time. You called for the people to mobilize for 2 straight nights this week. Does it feel different? Assess for us what is taking place this weekend in Iran.
Maria, to put it into perspective, in the last 48 hours, Iranians have suffered more casualties than America did after the 9/11 attack. This is a moment that is defining. Despite being completely cut off from the world, internet.
What do you mean casualty? Bro, ain't no 3,000 people died. Bro, it's cap, man. What? Bro,
shutdown and for a regime that is massacring its own people.
If he's talking about arrests, maybe. I know they've made thousands of arrests, but casualties like deaths? No, man.
This is an opportunity to liberate that nation. Remember, the same thugs that hate America also hate their own people. And this is an opportunity to help a nation that starves for liberty, that starts to be rejoined with the free world, and to have the same relationship that we had with America before this revolution occurred, to liberate ourselves and come back to the fold and contribute to world peace and stability, regionally and beyond.
Now, Your Highness, you have called for the opportunity to become the transitional leader. You've said many times with me on this program.
Bro just wants to get back in power so bad, man.
You are hoping to be a transitional leader. What is your plan in that transition? What would the first 100 days look like? Because we know that these protests are economic in nature. They are about food and life and democracy second.
Maria, I'm a fighter pilot. I've trained all my life for exactly this moment, and people are calling on me to step in and lead this transition. I'm here to lead and help our nation go through that transition. But beyond liberation, we have to have a plan for a stable, smooth transition, a plan that, unlike other scenarios we witness in our neighborhood, like the de-Baathification in Iraq, will not lead to chaos. We have to ensure stability. We have to be able to protect the citizenry. We have to be able to stabilize the economy. And for that, we have very comprehensive plans. I'm helped by numbers of economists, scientists, jurists, and specialists in every field, so we can, in fact, address all of these issues the moment the opportunity comes. More importantly is what we're doing right now. As you can see, people are still fighting despite this crackdown. They hope that there will be assistance in protecting them from further bloodshed. I've called upon further strikes, and that's beginning to unfold. We're beginning to see more and more defections, which is very important as part of the transition. So all of this is at play as we speak.
You have tweeted directly at President Trump, and you have a message for President Trump. What is that message, sir?
Mr. President, you have already established your legacy as a man committed to peace and fighting evil forces. There's a reason why people in Iran are renaming streets after your name. They know that you're totally opposite to Barack Obama or Joe Biden. They know that you're not going to throw them under the bus as they have had before. This is why they believe that this time they are empowered by the hope that you have their back. Your words of solidarity with the Iranian people and your administration has had tremendous positive effect. Let's hope that we can permanently seal this legacy by liberating Iran so that we and you can make Iran great again. Let's partner on this and have a better future for our countries and for our people. This is an opportunity that has presented itself. I'm prepared to return to Iran at the first possible opportunity. I'm already planning on that in the transition team. We hope only that the Iranian people this time will be victorious, and they will be, because I know that the Iranians are prepared to die for this cause, and so am I. We're doing everything we can, and I think it's not just for us as Iranians, it's for the whole world. Iranians are prepared to sacrifice.
Willing to die so much that he ran. I ran so far away. No pun intended.
It's not just for themselves, but to make sure that all the evil that has been brought by this regime from the time it came to power dissipates, and we can finally breathe in an atmosphere.
I didn't even see. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Of tranquility, good relationship with our neighbors, with the Israelis, with our Arab neighbors, and the rest of the world. And this will happen because, unlike this regime, this is the commitment of a nation.
Are you willing to make the commitment to free and fair elections after the transition? Sir, how long are you expecting a transition to take, and what happens then?
The most important process in the democratic process is for the people to have the opportunity to have their representative debate all what needs to be debated in a parliamentary process. My job is to lead this transition, to make sure that no stone is left unturned, that in full transparency people have an opportunity to elect their leaders freely and to decide their own future. Under international observation, we will know that this will be fair and fair elections. I am committed to that. That has always been my objective. But it is important that we have a good process established so the world understand, and the people of Iran most importantly understand, exactly this time how we're going to achieve that. Unlike what happened 47 years ago, where nobody really had a clue what it would mean to have what Khamenei planned for Iran. And by the time they woke up to it, it was too late. This time we cannot afford not to be clear on the alternative. I think the alternative is clear. The people have spoken. They have their trust in me, and I've stepped in at their request to provide them with that process. I'm committed to that, and I will do everything that I can to ensure that we end up with a democratic alternative in Iran.
So how long do you expect?
Yeah, and what that basically means is they're gonna, sell out the oil, sell out the resources, bring in these big companies, kind of like what they're doing with Venezuela right now. Is what's going to happen if the Shah gets into power.
Expect a transition.
They want the resources. Have you guys caught on yet that like every single, dictator happens to be a dictator of a country that's oil rich? Have you guys caught on to that? Isn't that kind of interesting that like every single time it's like, oh, whoa, we got to get rid of this dictator, bro. He's like oppressing his people, brutal regime. But they also happen to have quite a bit of oil. And they also happen to not like Israel. Hey, man, it's just a coincidence, if you know what I'm saying. Just a coincidence, though, of course.
Position to take.
we have to try to do it as soon as possible. Realistically speaking, it could take a couple of years because a lot of things need to happen and people need to be able to organize themselves, the right structures and everything. So it's a process that shouldn't take longer than that. And it all depends on how successful we are in implementing the immediate short-term needs that will stabilize the country. All of that will have an impact on how quickly we can address that issue and bring the transition period to a minimum amount of time possible.
The Trump administration a week ago went into Venezuela and extracted the leader there, Maduro. And do you believe that incident galvanized the people in Iran?
Look, every time countries are liberated anywhere in the world, it's a positive message of encouragement to other nations that are still gripping up with unwanted systems and regimes. It's a message of solidarity.
Bro, just the propaganda. Yeah, they're liberated. You really think that Trump went in there to liberate the people of Venezuela? You guys really think that shit? So, just went to YouTube and tried to like and subscribe, but wouldn't let me. Yeah, YouTube is definitely, YouTube is fucking on my channel hard, bro. They're absolutely fucking on my channel hard. Martin, did you see that 2013 documentary where Erica Kirk in a briefing higher level members of Intel community EMP attacks? No, I didn't see it. I know this has nothing to do with what you talk about, but do you believe aliens or alien technology exists? That woman who got shot appears to have not been a nice person at all. This week shows her past record. Yeah, I covered that on my channel. Or sorry, on my Twitter. Yeah, she had a criminal history. Herman, how you been? Also, you think Boom Tel Aviv 2.0 is about to happen? Absolutely it is. My favorite part of the show are the chat member rants followed by the Shadow Realm. Yeah, bro, niggas are stupid. Yeah, YouTube is absolutely throttling my channel. They're absolutely throttling my channel. But we're still cooking, though. We're still cooking. Yeah, look, dude, if you guys actually believe that Donald Trump invaded Venezuela to liberate them, well, then I don't know what to tell you, but
you stupid.
Low IQ. I'm going to take a quick piss and I'm going to explain to you guys what the fuck is going on here. Because there's many moving parts here. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. So I'll play this a little bit more. I'm going to take a quick whiz. I'll be right back.
Across the world, people were empowered when they saw the success of Nelson Mandela in South Africa or the success of Lech Walesa in Poland and so on and so forth.
But I'm going to really explain to you guys what the fuck is going on here when it comes to shots unknown with the $5 super chat. He says 511. Appreciate you. I'm going to explain to you guys what the hell's going on with Venezuela. I'm going to talk to you guys about what's going on in Iran. I'm going to talk to you guys about China, Russia, Greenland. I'm going to talk about all that shit here in a second. Okay, I'm going to take a quick piss and I'll be right back. And I'll keep letting this play for you guys.
And in this case, our Venezuelan friends who have the same optic and vision of a tomorrow liberated Iran, because unlike the connection of Caracas to Iran under these two regimes, they can understand that democratic nations will be the best partners possible. I'm happy for the Venezuelan people. I think the Iranian people get encouraged by that. And that's why I think the commitment to help the Iranian people in their liberation is not just, as I said, for the best interest of the Iranian people, but it is also in the best interest of the world, and particularly the United States of America.
And would you be willing to actually run in a potential election? I mean, you just said you were a fighter pilot. You were trained in the United States. Are you willing to take off the uniform after a transition and say, yes, I am going to run in an election, and we will see who the people decide is their next leader?
As I said, I'm here to lead, but the choice is that of the people. My job right now is to make sure that we achieve that transition, that as an honest arbiter, I'm a unifying force. That's why they're calling my name, because they have their trust in me. It's a huge responsibility that I intend to carry out to the best of my ability.
Your Highness, there's an issue about the Chinese Communist Party as part of this story as well. The Chinese finalized a deal back in 2021 to acquire ports in Iran. Are there plans to try to separate from the Chinese Communist Party? How do you see that playing out?
Look, Maria, this regime, out of weakness, have offered far too many concessions, whether to Russia or to China. We don't believe that the future of Iran has to be antagonistic to Russian or Chinese interests. We just don't want to have unfair, imposed, imbalanced arrangements. Most of these arrangements have been unfair and balanced, and it's basically devoting our country in our national interest. So long as we can defend our national interests, we are prepared to deal with any bloc, so long as it's based on fair trade. And I think this is an element that will obviously be an issue of discussion in Parliament and future governments in Iran as we determine our foreign policy and relationship with the whole world.
So you think that could be part of the conversation, trying to get the CCP out of owning those ports?
As I said, this is something that has to be decided once we have a functioning democratic government. In the meantime, we have to be able to also protect the best interests of our nation, and that's why we should have an open mind as to how to deal with that, because we don't need to have further confrontation with anyone. We have to bring it back to sanity, responsible, pragmatic, and objective analysis, and see what's best. And hopefully we can have, based on mutual interest, a different arrangements than the one that we currently have, that is totally lopsided and undermines Iran's national interests. That we cannot stand for, and I will not stand for.
And this story is so enormous to actually think about the idea of potential freedom and a free Iran. I don't see a lot of the international media covering it, like the BBC, for example. What is your take on the media's role here?
But look, mainstream media is entirely missing the actual narrative and ask that the people of Iran have. And again, when you have absence of internet and the feedback from Iran, it is very difficult for the world to understand really what's happening. I hope that the media ultimately feel responsible in giving fair coverage to the facts on the ground in Iran, rather than to...
Okay, so we got a lot to talk about. Thank you for all you do from Hicho Leak. Ken Rose with thumbs up. Appreciate you, my friend. And Raptor said that I'm getting shadow banned on YouTube. Yeah, I know, it's fucking retarded. Okay, so let's talk about this, guys, because we got a lot to discuss here, okay? So, as you guys know, I keep it real on this podcast, right? I keep it real on this show. One of the things I pride myself on is being honest with you guys, even if that means I have to disclose ugly realities and ugly truths when it comes to the United States and our foreign policy, which, to be honest, is run by Tel Aviv. But there are some other things that we do that, quite frankly, create problems. And as you guys know, I am a non-interventionist. I am not a fan of intervening in foreign affairs, and I am not a fan of, quite frankly, what we're running right now, which is gunboat diplomacy, okay, with what we did in Venezuela. And the reason why is because what you guys need to understand, right, and this is going to be a very ugly truth, but Americans need to understand this, okay? We are no longer in a unipolar world, okay? Back after World War II, the United States emerged as the world power, okay, as the only world power, really, right? Winston Churchill gave a famous speech where he declared the United States as the pinnacle of world power, right? This is after our show of force in World War II with the use of the atomic bomb, which no one really had access to back then. But our adversaries, China, Russia, etc., quickly caught up and also were able to get nuclear bombs, right? Nuclear weapons. And the military edge that we once had, you know, quickly started to dissipate over time. Now, without going into a bunch of history and everything else like that and putting you guys to sleep, let's go ahead and fast forward to where we are now. If you think that the invasion of Venezuela was for liberation of Venezuelan people or to combat and arrest a violent dictator / drug trafficker, well, you're an idiot. The real reason we invaded, which I think even the Trump administration admitted, was for the oil. But it's not just for the oil. You guys need to understand why it was for the oil, okay? So let's go through this, all right? The number one thing you guys need to understand is that the United States, our power is built on 4 primary pillars. These pillars are reserve currency status, the petrodollar, okay, SWIFT, and our military might. These 4 elements, okay, are the reason why we have the ridiculous amount of leverage and power that we have in today's world. Okay? Go through that again. Reserve currency status, the petrodollar, SWIFT, and our military. Okay? Now, all 4 of these things are being challenged right now. Okay? Let's go first with the petrodollar. Last year in 2024, in June, Saudi Arabia decided to not renew its agreement to do all of its oil transactions in the US dollar. Okay? And basically, this hurts the power of the dollar because we struck a deal back in the 1970s under the Nixon administration where the Saudis would be protected by us in exchange for them doing all of their oil transactions in US dollars. Why is this important? The reason why this is important is because it forces other countries to do their oil transactions in US dollars. Everybody needs oil. And since everybody needs oil, everyone needs to hold US dollars. Since everyone needs to use US dollars, this puts us in a position where US dollars are always in demand. If US dollars are always in demand, that means that we are able to run deficit trading. We are able to do certain things that other countries aren't able to do. How do you guys think that we have what? Almost 40 trillion in debt, yet we're now suffering economically? Have you guys ever thought about that for a second? How is it that we're able to do that? The reason why we're able to do that is because of the petrodollar and reserve currency status. This is what's called the Triffin dilemma, where if you are going to be the world's reserve currency like we currently are, you are always going to run into debt. Okay? So to be honest with you guys, this whole national debt, $40 trillion in debt, blah, 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 it's kind of unavoidable. Okay? And we've let it exceed quite a bit because of all the foreign wars in the Middle East. That's a whole other conversation. Okay? What you guys need to know for the purposes of this conversation is the US dollar is no longer backed by gold. Since the US dollar is no longer backed by gold, it was backed by the petrodollar. One of the reasons why it was backed. And the Saudis had agreed to do all their oil transactions in US dollars. This is important because it props up the US dollar. And it forces everyone to use the US dollar. Hold on one sec. I got an idiot in the chat. Maz, do your jobs. Get rid of these niggas. Thank you. Right? Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, Myron, wait, so you're telling me that we agreed to protect the Saudis in exchange for them? Well, explain this. What you guys need to understand about the Middle East is, in the Middle East, the biggest fear for any king, sultan, dictator, autocrat, whatever it is, dictator, their biggest fear is being overthrown. Okay? That's their biggest fear. As you guys can tell, Arab niggas, let's be honest, they're hard-headed. And I can tell you guys this as a fellow Arab. Okay? Niggas are hard-headed. They don't want to listen to nothing. So the biggest fear in any Muslim Arab majority country a lot of the times tends to be being overthrown. This is why Arab militaries always lose conflicts. I'll tell you why. Because they prioritize loyalty over competence. So let's say Muhammad is the fucking dictator or the king. He will put his buddy, Ahmed, as the head of the treasury. Well, the problem is that Ahmed never fucking went to school. He could barely add. Okay? Then he makes his other buddy, Amir, all right, the head of the military. Well, he doesn't even know how to shoot a gun. Well, he's loyal. So what ends up happening is they favor loyalty over competence. This is why so many Arab militaries are weak and they lose all the time. You know, they're not competent. It is what it is. Niggas always take L's. It is what it is, right? So the Saudi Arabian government and the royal family is terrified of an uprising, being overthrown, etc. So the U.S. came in and said, look, we will guarantee your security. You will always be in power. Don't worry. But you just have to do oil transactions in dollars. Cool. And this is an agreement that lasted for decades, 50 years plus. One of the crazy things that Nixon was able to pull off. So that explains the petrodollar. Reserve currency status. Since the United States has a very strong military, we have rule of law, right? We have a democratic government. You know, things are just done a certain way, right? We have reserve currency status. This means when people do transactions all across the world, whether it's for commodities, global trade, etc., they use the US dollar. The US dollar is kind of the default instrument used to purchase commodities when it comes to international trade outside of the petrodollar. So the petrodollar is a component to reserve currency status, and obviously reserve currency status for commodities. This keeps dollars always in need, okay? Now, the majority of transactions used to be done by the US dollar, but now the US dollar accounts for something like 50 to 60% of global trade. Why? Because BRICS is rising up. Okay? BRICS is, think of it as like an alliance between multiple emerging world powers that want to challenge the hegemon of the US dollar. Okay? Next is SWIFT. I'm going to make this very simple for you guys. SWIFT is basically this. Think of it as like a toll, right? In order for you to do a financial transaction, right, you must go through this toll. That toll is the SWIFT system, which is run by the United States. You want to do a financial transaction, you want to send money somewhere, etc., you got to go through this toll, which basically subjects you to the American financial system. Okay? That is what SWIFT is. It's the most efficient, dependable, reliable financial institution in the world. We'll just say that, right? To make things very simple. So if you want to do a financial transaction, you got to go through this toll. Well, what happens if you don't play nice with the United States anymore? Well, now you can't use that toll. Okay? You now get hit with the fucking
denied.
And the problem with that is we could basically shut down your banks. We can sanction you. We can fuck up your ability to earn revenue, right? To sell your commodities, to do transactions, right? That is SWIFT, to make it simple. There's way more complex than that, but for lack of better term, for the purposes of this discussion, so I can explain this in a very simple way, that is what SWIFT is. Okay? Then obviously military might. You guys already know we have the biggest military in the world, pretty much. We have an extremely advanced military. We have nuclear weapons. We have submarines. We have a competent air force. We have air superiority. We have all types. And we have military bases all over the world, right? So these are the four things, chat, that has made the United States the world power that it is. And it's allowed us to maintain world power dominance for a very long time. Again, the petrodollar, reserve currency status, SWIFT, and our military. Now, like I said before, these four things are being challenged. Let's go back through it. Okay? The petrodollar. Saudi Arabia no longer doing all their transactions in dollars. This came out last year, but it got buried in a news cycle. Why? Because it was an election year. No one talked about it. I was one of the few people that posted on Twitter saying, yo, this isn't good. Fast forward 2 years, and we're invading Venezuela. I knew this was going to come. I knew we were going to take some type of drastic situation to combat the fact that the petrodollar isn't as strong. Next, reserve currency status. Constantly being challenged. BRICS is rising up. Less countries are using the US dollar for their transactions. They're using the yuan. They're using the ruble. Countries are trading in oil outside of the US dollar. SWIFT. Many countries are getting off of SWIFT. There are starting to become more attractive alternatives that the Chinese and the Russians are manufacturing. The Russians can't use SWIFT anymore. They got kicked out when they invaded Ukraine. And I'll tell you guys this. 2022 was the beginning to show that there can be an alternative system. When Russia bought a bunch of gold, right, and was prepared for the sanctions and getting kicked off of SWIFT, the day they invaded Ukraine, guess who was in fucking Russia? Hemeti, the head of the RSF, Rapid Support Forces from Sudan. He was there with a bunch of fucking gold because the Russians knew that they were going to get kicked off SWIFT, and they knew that they were going to have to operate outside of the US dollar paradigm. Right? They knew they were going to get kicked off SWIFT. They knew that they were going to need to start doing transactions in ruble. They knew that they were going to have to start selling their oil in ruble, all this other shit. And they've been fine. Despite the fact that they've been sanctioned to hell, they've been surviving. This sets a precedent, chat, that you don't need to exist in the U.S. financial infrastructure to be successful. And that was a threat to Washington. And not only that, not only did Russia invade Ukraine, and they're still fucking invading Ukraine, and they're still fucking fighting and shit like that, the U.S. has had to basically bend the knee and say, we're going to go ahead and exercise diplomacy with these guys, despite the fact that Putin has a warrant for his arrest, despite the fact that the entire international community condemns him, despite the fact that NATO hates him. Why? Because the sanctions and getting kicked off of SWIFT did not create as much damage as they thought. And this is what's created the need and the rise for BRICS, an alternative system. Okay? So, we talked about obviously the petrodollar being challenged because Saudi Arabia no longer does all their transactions in US dollars. We talked about the reserve currency status going down. Less countries are using US dollars to trade commodities internationally. Okay? More banks are buying more gold. Why do you guys think gold has been going up in price? Have you guys noticed that? Gold has been spiking? Gold has been spiking because Trump has been issuing these tariffs. Foreign policy has been a little bit shaky, having issues with all these countries. So they're like, we don't know if we can rely on the U.S. system, the U.S. dollar system as much. Let's go ahead and hedge our bets. Let's go ahead and start buying some gold. The yuan has been rising the BRICS has been rising. Russia's shown that you don't need to deal in dollars to be able to still make your economy thrive. Russia had the 5th strongest economy for a period of time despite being sanctioned to hell. So they proved that you do not have to exist within the U.S. financial monster to survive. Right? You could be sanctioned to hell and still operate and still have a thriving economy, which Russia proved that you can do. Tucker went over to Russia and showed this. Food is still stable priced, cheaper than America. It's not poor and fucked up like people think, right? When Americans go over there, they're like, holy shit, it's clean, it's safe, there's no issues here, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, the American propaganda pushes out Western propaganda. Hey, Russia's evil, they're poor, blah, blah, blah. It's not true, bro. They have a very strong economy, despite the fact that they're sanctioned to hell. So, and then obviously the military might, right? Which even the military might is being a little bit, Guys, there's like 7 countries fighting against Russia right now, and they still can barely hold the line. So even our weapons technology, right, is being challenged. So all 4 pillars of American supremacy have been tested and challenged and shown that they're not impenetrable. Petrodollar, reserve currency status, SWIFT, and then the military might. Those are the 4 pillars that the United States has always built its power upon. Now, where are we at here? We've been on for over 3 hours now. All right, niggas, we're going to cook. We're going to go into Venezuela now. I gave you guys a little taste pause of how America houses power, but now we're going to get into Venezuela. We're going to get into Russia. We're going to get into Greenland now. Okay? So we're going to switch on over to OSS only. You niggas know what time it is. Support the mission. Use the code LYouTube. Jump on over. We're going to continue this monologue over there. Okay? And we're going to cover Israel as well in this situation. Just use the code LYouTube. Come in for $1. Support the mission. As you guys know, they got me fucking shadow banned on YouTube, censored, etc. This is how I'm able to keep doing what the fuck I do. Keep telling you guys the truth where I don't got to worry about shit. Come on over. It's that time, niggas. Gave y'all 3 hours of plus the heat. Come on over. We're gonna finish the monologue over there. We're gonna talk about more Venezuela, Greenland, etc. And why they really want Greenland, by the way. I got the names of the metals and all that. Come on over, guys. It's that time, niggas. Come on over. Push it over to OSS. Use the code LYouTube. We're going to keep cooking over there. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go.